Shalom, shalom, Israel. Happy Shabbat to brothers and sisters online. Happy Shabbat to my family of BATTLEAXES here in Dallas, Texas. All praises to the Most High God for this great Sabbath day that He's given us, a day of rest, a day to come out of the world and come into the laws of the Most High God. We pray that the Father is with us today in the Spirit to give us spiritual guidance, discernment, understanding, to get more acquainted with the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God has given us to do. So today's class will be they think to change times and laws by our sins. The fourth beast. They think to change times and laws by our sins. The fourth beast. So we want to make sure we get our study habits up, that we grow, that we are able to understand, retain precepts. That's why we got to have our paper and pen ready. We already know this ain't that Christian church. We in here actually putting the pen to the pad, right? We actually studying. We actually asking questions to get understanding. So make sure if you do have a question, please write it down, jot it down, so that we may answer the question after class. First precept we'll go to today, let's go to the book of 1 John chapter 3. We'll start at verse 1. By our sins. The first thing we want to get understood of is what sin is, right? Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people in this world still do not know what sin is. They still can't give you the biblical definition of sin. And if they do give you the biblical definition of sin, well, they still don't understand it, right? Because most times Christians will give you what sin is, which is the breaking of law, but then they'll say what? You ain't got to keep it. Come on, man. That's right. Hallelujah. 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 Right, that's what they'll say. Yeah, you ain't heard that. Hallelujah. Right? But 1 John chapter 3, let's start at verse 1.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us.
What manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, man. As we come back into who we are, our nationality, we realize the love that has been bestowed by the Father to us, man. We realize how He dealt with us like He not dealt with any other nation, right? We realize that He calls us His own, and we are His firstborn, right? We realize the great works that the Most High God did, not for the whole world, but for the world of what? Israel, man. So we are starting to understand who we are, and we realize the faith and the love that the Lord has bestowed upon us, man. The faith and love that He's bestowed upon our forefathers, right? The elder generation and us to come, man. And guess what? For the new generation to come. Read that again.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
That we should be called the sons of God. Brother Azariah, you got a precept for the sons of God? Yeah, I'm going to hit you early. Hit you early. Yeah, we're going to get involved early. You want to help him out, Daoud? Hosea 1 and 10. You want to help him out, Renard?
Luke 3:38.
Luke 3 and 38, right? Those are great precepts. I want to go to Luke 3 and 38. Hosea 1 and 10 is a good precept as well, but I really want to go to Luke 3 and 38. It said that we should be called the sons of God. Luke 3 and 38. Hold the precept.
This is the book of Luke chapter 3 verse 38.
Bring it out.
Which was the sons of Enos.
Which was the son of Enos.
Which was the son of Seth.
Which was the son of Seth.
Which was the son of Adam.
Which was the son of Adam.
Which was the son of God.
Which was the son of God. Now, this is my home run here, the precept for sons of God, because this shows you the bloodline that the Most High God incorporated his sons of God. So another precept that you want to put beside Luke 3 and 38 would be Genesis chapter 5. Genesis chapter 5 is going to give you the rundown of the bloodline of the children of Israel, that chosen nation and that chosen seed. If you go to the book of Genesis chapter 5, you will see Seth, Enos, Adam as well, right? Which we see from the beginning of time. So they are the sons of God. They are our forefathers, right? This is the bloodline that the Lord is dealing with the sons of God. Let's go back to 1 John chapter 3, verse 1 again. So definitely Luke 3 and 38 for the sons of God. You want to highlight that, put that color scheme on it, right? Genesis chapter 5 will definitely back up the argument or give you what precept upon precept to show you that the sons of God is a distinctive bloodline through the Most High God. 1 John 3 and 1 again.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us.
Read.
That we should be called the sons of God.
Not everybody, but we, through that bloodline. Read.
Therefore the world knoweth us not.
Therefore the world knoweth us not, man, right? And the world didn't take time to understand and see who we are, but they know through the Spirit now who we are, right? They know that we are the true Jews of the Bible, right? But the world doesn't know us because now we are out of the ways of the world. See, this is how the world won't know you anymore, right? You get that call, hey bro, let's go smoke this, let's go smoke this blunt. Come on, bro, what's up? And you be like, hey bro, you know what? You know I ain't about that no more. Get out my phone, right? The world don't know you no more, right? Azariah ain't Azariah. Man, Azariah somebody else. This ain't the dude that I kicked it with, that I grew up with, doing this and doing that. Now all of a sudden he acting like he don't know the world. I don't know the world anymore because I came out of the ways of the world. Read on.
Because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God.
Now are we the sons of God. Read.
And it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
Read.
But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
We shall be like him. When Christ comes back, we shall what? Get those new bodies. We shall be like him. Read.
For we shall see him as he is.
As he is. Read.
And every man that had this hope in him purified himself, even as he is pure.
And that should be your motivation. If you have that hope to see Christ and see him in his glory, right? To be able to see the fullness of his glory, to be able to understand that, then guess what? It said you are pure. That's what we should be striving for, right? It said, and every man that had this hope in him purified himself, even as he is pure. That's your motivation. You want to purify yourself to guess what? One day come back and what? See Christ, man. Man, that's heavy, man. Who don't want to see the Mashiach Yahushua, man? And that glory and that beauty that we see the scriptures represent him as, man. Right? Read on.
Verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
What is sin?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
See, we got to understand the class is going into what? They change times and laws by our sin. That's right. We need to understand what sin is, right? Sin is the breaking of God's laws, statutes, and commandments, right? That's what we got to understand, man. They change these times. They think to do things and make us what? Inseparable with our God by us what? Being out of order. By us not keeping the commandments. By us saying, oh, he fulfilled it. By us making excuses. Oh, well, you know, can't nobody keep no law. Right? So we got to make sure that we understand that when we are in sin, they are able to what? Manipulate us, behoove us, keep us on that docile state of mind, keep us on the bottom. But we are trying to now get that understanding of what this is. And so read forward for one more time.
Verse 4 from the top. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the transgression of the law. Let's go to Genesis right quick. Should have a precept. Where we going, anybody? Where we going, twin? We got to be twins in this thing, right? And we talking about twin, but yeah, we got to be on one accord. Where we going, twin? In Genesis. Anybody got that precept? Anybody got the precept? That ain't it. Let's go to Genesis chapter 31, twin. All right, we still dibbling and dabbling on this sin. Brothers and sisters got to still be understanding what this is. That's where we go precept upon precept. Genesis chapter 31, verse 36.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 31, and verse 36.
Bring it out.
And Jacob was brought, and chose with Laban. And Jacob answered and said to Laban, what is my trespass?
What is my trespass? Laban. Who was Laban? Any brother?
Sarah's brother that had to when Sarah told her son
Who was he the father of?
Laban, Rebecca and Leah.
You sure Rebecca? Or Rachel?
Rachel. So like,
Rachel.
so like I knew
Laban was the father of Leah and Rachel, right?
Yeah.
So these were Jacob's two wives, right? So he says, now Laban, so basically in this rundown, Laban is looking for Jacob and his daughters, right? They have left and Laban is looking for them. Rachel actually took some images from Laban and now he's trying to get them back, right? So he's following after Jacob. So now Jacob is saying, what is my trespass? Why are you following me? Point out my what?
Sin.
My sin or my what? My wrongdoings. Right? Point out my sin or my wrongdoings. Let's read that one more time.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 31, and verse 36. And Jacob was brought, and chose with Laban. And Jacob answered and said to Laban, what is my trespass?
What is my trespass?
What is my sin?
What is my sin? Sin is what? The transgression of the law. So Jacob is asking Laban, what have I did against the law of the Most High God? Read.
That thou hast so hotly pursued after me.
That you on my butt. You on my neck. I turn right, you turn right. Right? We already know. Man, y'all, I don't know about y'all, man. Late at night, riding through the, man, you riding in the hood, you like, say, man, if this car make another turn that I make, say, man, the closer I get to the house, I'm going to have to go on and turn off, man. I'm going to hit a couple corners. I got to see what's to it, right? This is what Jacob is saying, man, you hot on my trail, man. What's going on? Why every time I hit the desert with the two camels to the right, you hit the desert and the two camels on your right-hand side too? We making a circle. Well, we keep going in the circle. But you following, right? Read on.
Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff.
He said, you done searched my stuff because remember, Laban is looking for the pictures, paintings that Rachel has taken. Read.
What hast thou found of all thy household stuff? Set it here before my brethren and thy brethren, that they may judge between us both.
Read on.
The 20 years I have been with thee, thy ewes, and thy she-goats have not cast their young, and the rams of thy flock have I not eaten.
Read on.
That which was torn of beast, I brought not unto thee. I bear the loss of it. Of my hand didst thou require. Whether stolen by day or stolen by night.
Read on.
Thus I was. In the day the drought consumed me. And the frost by night. And my sleep departed from mine eyes.
So what is Jacob running down that he has been doing for Laban?
All the works he put in for him.
But what have he been doing according to the law? He's running down and he's kept every law that he was supposed to. While he's been serving Laban for these 20 years, he said, I have never eaten than what I was supposed to. He said, though I was tired, I worked until I had to work, right? We still get on the sin. We still want to remember the point. We're still talking about sin, right? Jacob is telling Laban, I have never did anything outside of the law towards you. So why are you on me pursuing me like this? And that's a great thing to have, because Jacob was letting Laban know, hey, check my track record, right? That's why your name, a good name, is better than what? Fresh jewels, jewels, man, right? Rubies, man. That's why you got to have a good name. Because Jacob running down my good name in report that I've had with you, right? He's saying what? I have showed you a pattern of good works for what? 20 years. I've showed you a pattern of good works for 20 years. Why are you thus with me? Right? Read on.
Verse 41. Thus have I been 20 years in thy house. I served thee 14 years for thy 2 daughters.
I served you 7 years for Leah, 7 years for Rachel. Read.
And 6 years for thy cattle.
And 6 extra years. Man, say, that's a lot of years, man. But that's a lot of years that he's what? Been faithful to the law. These are the things that we got to look at, right? I don't think none of us been the true 20 years, huh? Not here at the BATTLEAXES yet, right? We got to strive for that, man. Jacob said, I have not went against the law against you over these last 20 years, man. That's what we should be striving for. Read.
And thou hast changed my wages 10 times.
And then look, on top of me serving you and not doing wrong for you, guess what? You done changed y'all done changed the what they used to call it? My minimum wage went from four lambs to now 3 1/4. Now I get 3 and a baby, right? You done changed my wages 10 times. I used to get a lot of cattle and stock to go with it. Now I'm only getting half of it, right? Throughout my years of showing you great resilience through the law, you have not even acted on me the same way, right? And that's something else that we got to look at, man. This is heavy, man. Because even though people might try to wrong you, you still right them, right? That's what the Bible said, because the Lord said he gets that vengeance, right? You let the Lord deal with it. He said, you done changed my wages 10 times, then I ain't never went against the law on you. Right? Again, we're talking about the sin. He said, show me my sin. Why you following me like this? Show me my sin. Read it, finish it out.
Verse 42. Except the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had been with me. Surely thou hadst sent me away, now empty.
Now what?
Now empty.
You sent me away empty, man. Read.
God had seen mine affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight.
And rebuked thee yesternight. The Lord seen my affliction, right? And that's what it is. The Lord see you going through whatever you're going through. Somebody wronging you, you ain't got to wrong them back.
That's right.
The Lord sees it. The Lord sees exactly what's going on. Now what the Lord is trying to do is see if you go stay in the spirit with it, or if you ain't built up enough to what? Get that. Let's go to Titus chapter 2, verse 7 right quick. Because again, like this is the precept for a pattern of good works, right? We want to make sure we get these precepts. Jacob said, through the 20 years, I have not done anything falsely or dealt treacherously against you. So this would be the precept of what I was saying. Titus chapter 2, verse 7.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 7.
Start at verse 6.
Verse 6. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
Right? Exhort to be sober-minded. That's what Jacob was. He was sober-minded in the fact that he never had anything to push him outside of what he was supposed to be doing. See, when we're not sober-minded, we let things, what? Overtake us, right? We always say, like, if you get a little too drunk, what do they call wine and liquor? Spirits, right? So the Lord always tells us to be sober-minded, right? Be sober. 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober. I'm sober-minded. Read.
In all things.
In some things.
In all things.
In all things. Read.
Showing thyself a pattern of good works.
Read that again.
This book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 7. In all things.
In all things doing what?
Showing thyself a pattern of good works.
You need to show a pattern of good works at the job, in the congregation, in the building, on the phone with brothers and sisters, off the phone with brothers and sisters, on the phone with granny who ain't keeping no laws that still want to eat pork, off the phone with granny that ain't keeping no laws that want to eat pork, in all things, right? Around my friends and not around my friends, around the bruise and when I'm by myself. In all things, we have to show a pattern of good works. That is a part of your label. That's who you are. People are able to say, hey, man, I ain't never had no bad report about this brother, man. I ain't never had anything to say bad about this sister, and now you want to come at me talking about, yeah, they did this and that. I can't get down with it. I can't get jiggy with it. Because they don't show me that. They've not showed me that because for their pattern, there's been nothing but good works, right? Read on.
In doctrine.
In what?
In doctrine.
So your pattern need to be in doctrine. Hey, that's heavy, man. Sometimes we want to go look at other doctrines. We want to go look at other things. Let me see what this camp talking about. Not saying nothing is wrong with it, but you better be in the spirit or have the spirit enough to decipher where some camps are different or where they differ, right? So you need to show a pattern of good works in doctrine, right? You need to stay honed on your doctrine. Read.
Showing uncorruptness.
Uncorruptedness. That means what? Showing no evil or bad doings. Read.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Sincerity.
And sincerity, right? Gravity, reverence, sincerity, incorruptible, right? So this is a precept that I put for Genesis 31 and 36 where Jacob showed that he had been doing nothing but keeping the law for the last 20 years, right? You got something up?
Yeah, man, let me get a quick precept, man.
Go ahead.
On that pattern of good works, man, with gravity, man. All right, and that's even when you're dealing with things in your life, man, y'all should always show a pattern of good works, man. All right, y'all have to be unmovable in this truth. All right, that is very important. Let's get Job chapter 23. All right, just start at verse 8. I'm gonna get straight to it. So we already know the base story of Job, all right, and all the afflictions that he was going through, man. All right, Job never stopped keeping his good works. All right, he never broke that pattern, man. So, man, let's just keep that in mind. All right, 23. What did I say? 8. Yeah, go ahead. Start at verse 8.
This is the book of Job, chapter 23 and verse 8. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there.
Man, Job going through it. He's like, I go forward, but the Lord, where is he? All right, all hell is breaking loose, right? Read.
And backward, but I cannot perceive him.
Backwards, and I cannot perceive him, man. All right, read.
On the left hand, where he doeth work.
Hey, on the left hand, where he doeth work, okay? Hey, the Lord is afflicting Job on the left hand side. So we know that the Lord worked on that side, man. All right, Job can see that. Read.
But I cannot behold him. He hided himself on the right
He
hand.
hided himself on the right hand. Like, Lord, when are you going to give me some mercy? All right? We know the afflictions that Job was going through, but keep reading.
That I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take.
Hey, man, don't think that the Lord is not with y'all doing y'all affliction, man. The Lord knoweth the way that you take, man. All right, and that's why it's important to keep that pattern of good works, man. Don't let up just because all hell is breaking loose in your life. A lot of people, we like to go back into the world, go back into being a nigga, going back into being a damn nigga woman, man. Hey, the Lord knoweth the steps that you take, man. All right, a lot of times these are our tests, man. Keep reading.
When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
And when he had tried you, you should come forth as gold, man. So y'all have to just deal with these afflictions and these trials, man. All right, I'm gonna end it right there.
Oh, praise, great precept. Make sure y'all put that precept with Titus 2 and 7, right? Right, whether I go forward or backwards, I still remain the same as keeping the laws of the Most High God, right? Let's get one more. Let's go to James 2 and 18. When you get there, you can bring it out.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 18.
Bring it out.
Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
So like we said, Jacob said, I'm going to show you my faith by my works. That's what he ran down in Genesis chapter 31, starting at 36. He ran down his what? Works. 20 years, right? I never stole from you. I worked sun up to sundown, though I was tired, right? He said, I'm going to show you my faith toward the Most High God by my works, right? And like he said, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob kept me on this right, on this pattern, on this path, right? We got to always remember, man, reverence the Most High God in every encounter or endeavor that we encounter, man, right? Every endeavor that we encounter, we need to what? Reverence the Most High God, the God of Abraham, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, man. That's what Jacob said he did, man. Right? He stayed the course and showed his faith in the Most High God by his works. Right? That's what we have to do. We have to make sure continue to please the Lord by showing our faith in him by our what? Works, man. By our works, man. This is what the Christian counterparts do not do, man. Right? They say they love the Lord, they read the Bible, right? They go to church, but they do not show their faith by their works, man. Their works are totally against the Most High God's doing or dealings, right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 17. We'll start from the top. Jeremiah chapter 17. We'll start from the top.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 1.
Bring it out.
The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, with the point of it is graven upon the table of their heart, and upon the horns of your altars.
Read it again. I know your mic kind of went out a little bit. Read it again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron.
With a pen of iron. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron. Read.
And with the point of a diamond.
Man, that's tough. Because the point of a diamond, that's engraving something in you. Right? Read.
It is graven.
It is graven upon the table of their heart.
It is graven upon our hearts, man. Meaning what? Sin is upon our what?
Mind.
Our minds. Right? Sin is on us daily, man. Right? Sin is on you, whether you at school, whether you at home, at work, whether you, even when you read the Bible or not, sin is still right there in your mind, right? It's there. It's written with like a diamond, man. Right? It is engraved. It's with a pen of iron. Right? Diamond, iron. These are two rough attributes that the Lord is showing how hard sin is upon us. Read on.
And upon the horns of your altars.
And upon the horns of your altars. Everywhere we go, we see what? Sin. We see folly. We see wickedness. We see things out of order, things that are not pleasing of our God, right? That's why we got to make sure we try to right these wrongs, because sin is everywhere, right? We know Genesis says sin lieth where?
At the door.
At the door. When you go in the door, sin lieth there. When you walk out that same door, sin lieth there, right? Read on.
While it's their children, remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high
It
hills.
said, with their children, remember their altars and groves by the green trees upon the high hills. A question asking, are we going to solidify our works by what everybody else is doing? By the high altars? Because they want to do Christmas and Easter, and they want to dress as stots or whatever the case may be. Is that what we're going to be remembered by? That's a question. Read it again.
While it's their children, remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills.
So how are we going to remember who we are in this wicked world, in this wicked kingdom? It's one thing to be around it, but it's another thing to what the devil and dabble in it too, right? How are you going to remember that you are a child of God, that you have laws, statutes, and commandments, that our women are to dress modestly whenever we go? Women are 3/4 naked. And we talk about this a lot at my school. I've talked to Bruce about this, man. It's like, I don't know what's to come. I mean, from my years, the late 90s, and me being old enough, and to now, women have been wearing lesser and lesser, right? It's to the point right now where how lesser can it get? The lesser is going to be turned into what? Nothing. I mean, how less of clothing can our women wear right now, man? Right? Years to come, what's the next step? Nothing. Nothing. How can we remember who we are by their customs, by their, what's the word I'm looking for? Traditions, yes. Or, man, I just had patterns, it's another word I'm looking for, but thank you, tradition. By their ways, basically, right? By their politics, by their culture. That's a great word. Thank y'all, Bruce. Appreciate y'all, man. Throw them words out there for me, man. Appreciate it, Bruce. But yes, how are we going to, this is what the Bible is asking us in Jeremiah 17:2. You're going to have to come out of that way. That's why the Sabbath is so good for us. Because this is a day for us to gather together with what? Like-minded brothers and sisters that don't have those same ways that we want to follow anymore. That's why you say gather together, O nation I desire. Because we want the same thing for us. We want us to what? Give back to the kingdom. How are you going to remember who you are in this wicked world? Read on. Verse 3.
Verse 3, O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin.
And the high places for what?
The high places for sin.
Read on.
Throughout all thy borders.
So the Lord is saying, man, you're going to see this. You're going to see sin around you, man. That's how it's set up. That's how we go to the parable of the wheat and the tares, right? Because it's going to be set up that way. This is how the Lord set his world up, his kingdom up. Read verse 4.
Verse 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So the Lord is saying, for me doing it like this, you're gonna have a hard time staying what? True to the Most High God. Because I'm gonna set it up to where you're gonna have to put in some work, man. You're gonna have to go hard or go home. Even myself, I'm going to discontinue from this heritage that I have, that I gave thee, right? He's saying because of this, because sin is upon their altars, because sin is on the front of their groves, right? You're going to have a hard time to be able to what? Identify it and know what? Stay away from it. Because the Lord gave us straight commandments on what not to deal or do the dealings of the other nations, right? Let's go to 2 Peter chapter 1. So we lost our heritage. What else did we lose within sin? Because this is all a part of how we now are getting bamboozled by what them trying to change times and laws. So we lost our heritage. Now we're losing what? Our understanding. Right? When you sin, you lose your heritage, you lose who you are, and you lose the understanding of who you are. 2 Peter 1 and 9.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9. But he that lacketh these things is blind.
Read it again.
But he that lacketh these things is blind.
But he that lacketh these things are blind. These things are going into the commandments. Right? If we read up, we'll see that the brotherly love, the kindness that we should have for one another, right? We're losing that because of the laws, statutes, and commandments that we are not pursuing. Read it again.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9. But he that lacketh these things is blind.
Read.
And cannot see afar off.
And you can't see it now. You've lost your heritage. You've lost your heritage. Now you're losing what the understanding of your heritage, who you are. Right? That's why people are in this condition that they're in. That's why the world is able to what? Manipulate us and confuse our people. The book of Daniel said, but unto us is confusion of faces all the day long. But unto us confusion That's why people are so confused, because they've lost their heritage by sin, and now we've lost the understanding of the Word of God by what? Sin.
That's right.
See, sin hurts us in a lot of ways, man. Read this one more time.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 9. But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off.
And you can't see the future. You can't see the forest for the what? For the trees. You can't see who you are to become because you don't know. All of us, I know a lot of us had that same. I didn't look past 20-something. Me growing up in the hood, I really didn't. I didn't look past 20-something, y'all. I can honestly tell y'all, I couldn't see 30s or 40s in the area that I was brought up in and doing what I was doing, right? Because all I seen was what around me was what? Sin. All I seen was my brothers either going what? To the grave or to what? The penitentiary. That's all I seen. Right? So I couldn't see the forest because the trees were in my way. I couldn't see it. I lacked the what? Commandments.
That's right.
I lacked the love that I should have amongst my brothers and sisters. I lacked what? The camaraderie that we should have amongst us, man. That I should be showing to my God. So he said, you can't see afar off. You can't see what's ahead of you, man. You can't see what's in store for you. The Lord has a lot of things that he wants us to be entitled to, but we can't get there if we can't see where we're supposed to go. How you gonna go down the road if you can't see the road? Because all you see is sin. Read on.
And had forgotten that he was
had what?
And had forgotten.
And not only that, we forgot it. Sin was so good, we forgot the Lord. We forgot how to act amongst our people. We forgot how to love. We forgot how to be in order. We forgot that we were a nation of great kings and princes, right? We forgot that. Now we were thoughts and niggas and real niggas and whatever the case may be. We forgot that we were kings and princesses. Yeah, we real niggas over here. That's what we thought we were. We couldn't see the forest for the trees, right? Knowing that what we know now, man, please. A real nigga, what is a real? Oh, if you was a real nigga, you wouldn't tell them. Man, niggas out here snitching for 2 cupcakes, a Jolly Rancher and a cigarette, man. And now when you need the bottle of water, just give me push the little thing on the refrigerator, man. I tell you everything. Real niggas though. No, we are changing. We conforming back to what Israelites, man.
That's right.
And that's what we got to do, man. Finish 9 again.
And had forgotten that he was purged from his old sins.
And forgot that the Lord had purged you from your sins. Forgot what the Lord did for our forefathers, right? How he parted the Red Sea, right? We forgot those works that the Lord did for us, man. We forgot that. That's what sin does for us. So what? We forget our heritage and we lose understanding, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12. That's why it's so important that we would come out of this sin and we let our brothers and sisters know exactly what sin is. You got to know what sin is. Because these things are making us forget who we are, and now we don't have understanding of the scriptures. That's why people jump out there talking about Gentile mean an insect or a bug or animal. Man, come on, man. Bugged out. Yeah, that's what it is. Gentile, you bugged out with that. Yeah, it could mean a bug. Now you bugged out. But guess what? We were those same people some years ago.
That's right.
Talking about the stars and alignments and astrology. Oh yeah, man, this is who I am. I went and read my horoscope today, and it told me I need to play the lottery today. Go play the lottery, lose $100. Well, try to read my horoscope tomorrow. Right? We were bugged out with the same way. We sit back and we look, and now we laugh at people. Guess what? We were the same people a few years ago. All praise the Most High God that He's given us that understanding back, right? Yeah, they bugged out. Yeah. Now pulled up in that dubbed out buggy. Yes. I don't remember you. That's what we do. We don't remember the Father. That is. Deuteronomy, appreciate it. Doc. Deuteronomy chapter 12. Start from the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land which the Lord God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth.
Some days.
All the days that ye live upon the earth.
All the days that you live upon the earth. This is past, present, and future Israel, man. All the days that you live upon the earth, the Lord said, these are the statutes and judgments that you should observe to do forever. Read.
Ye shall utterly destroy all the places.
You shall utterly destroy their places, man. What does it mean to destroy their places?
All their wickedness, idols, altars.
That's right.
graven
That's
images.
right. Their customs, right?
Right.
All praise. You should destroy their customs of their ways. Read.
Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods upon the high mountains.
Upon their high mountains. The heathen are now put up on high, right? They're on high right now. Upon their high mountains, among their governments, right? You still should utterly destroy that as long as you live. That's what we are coming back to. We showing our faith by our works. Because now we breaking down those altars and those groves like the Lord told us now, right? We are now trying to break down those mountains, man. Right? Read on.
And upon the hills, and under every green tree.
And upon every green tree. Read on.
And ye shall overthrow their altars, and break their pillars, and burn their groves with fire.
With what?
With fire.
Read.
And ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods.
Hew down the graven images of their gods. That's why they always say, y'all so worried about this black and white crack, because the Lord commanded us to break down their groves and their images, man. What are we? That's an idol, man. Why are we serving a little frail looking white dude, man? Right? Is this your king? No, it's not. Yeah, is this your king? It's not. No, it's not. Not mine. The Lord commanded us to break down these images. Read.
And destroy the names of them out of that place.
And destroy the names. Not only break down, but destroy their gods, right? Right? The Zeuses and all their gods that they have, right? The Saturdays and the Sundays, right? We get back to the first day and the second day, right? Yeah, all that. Knowing that these days have what? Gods behind them. They worship gods 365 days of the year. That means they worship a different God every day. That's right. Come on, man. You want to be around a person that, I'm over here, now I'm over here, I'm down here, now I'm over here, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm left, I'm right. You want to serve somebody like that? That's an unstable man. What the Bible say about an unstable man? Double-minded man is unstable in all these ways. They serving God every day of the week. I'm talking about different. Lord have mercy. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Right? I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm wet. I'm dry. I mean, this is what we were doing, man. We got to understand, and we want to bring it to the most understandable way that we possibly can with our people, man. Right? So we're supposed to break them down and the places and those gods in their names. Verse 4.
Verse 4, ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God.
And the Lord gave us what? Straight commandments on this thing. You should not do so to the Lord your God. Go to Sirach chapter 19.
Hey, let me get one quick precept.
Go ahead. Hold up, Sirach. Hold Sirach.
Hold Sirach. Let's get Isaiah, just touching on what Apple just bringing out. Just let me backing off of that, man. Let me get Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 7, man. Get Isaiah 25 and verse 7. All right. And man, we breaking down the strongholds of these nations, man, in these mountains, man. All right, but go ahead and bring that out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
It says the face of the covering cast over all people. The Lord said he will destroy that within this mountain. All right, read.
In the veil that is spread over all nations.
In the veil that is spread over all nations. Can a brother break this down, or like what is that covering that's cast over all nations, man?
Religion.
Sin, SIBO,
Religion.
all right, holidays, all right. So this is what this is going into, and us coming back to our nationality and who we are. All right, this is how we pull down these strongholds, man. All right, I just want to touch to bring that quick precept.
All praises, great precept. Go ahead, Officer Kingdom.
I have a comment. Okay, no, this guy can talk loud enough. Okay, I have a comment. What are other ways that we could break down a stronghold? When is the best time to break them down? Anybody? Huh? During the holiday? Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. When is the best time to start breaking down a stronghold? That's a good one though, sis.
Say the Sabbath, keeping the Sabbath, and just.
The best time to break them down? How about when your children are young? How about that? Cause they get in once they get in these kids' head, once they get grown, you can't break it down. See, so they start with our children when they're young. So for us as parents and as adults, we have to start while the children are young. When you sitting at your dinner table, you talk about this. This is what this is about. We educate our kids because once they get a hold to them, it's over with. You can see that when you're trying to talk to the adults now.
You already got it?
Okay, you can see that when you're trying to talk to the adults, you can see what kind of response you get from them. So if you want your kids to have a chance of being saved, start when they're young. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to say Officer Keenan is on point with that. In fact, Captain Yard just brought it out when we was reading Jeremiah chapter 17, and we reading verse 2. It says, will their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills? When you read that, I was actually thinking about what Keenan was talking about, man. It's a lot of people, hey, we still glorify a lot of these things that the heathen got set up, and our children are learning these things, man. All right? So, hey, it does start with our children, man. All right? And us teaching our children wickedness from righteousness, what's good and what's evil, all right? What's right and what's wrong. All right, go ahead.
Big Con, all praises. That was a great understanding of, like I said, you know, Sister made a great point about the holidays, right? I made a great point about the Sabbath. We got to institute those things in here. But like I said, what he's looking for is great because teaching our children when they are young, they are able to identify folly and wickedness, right? More than we could, right? And like I said, that was me and Barakai said at the same time. And we just went through it, man. So all praises on that, man. That's how we should be trying to put precepts together, right? So that covering cast over all people in Isaiah would be sin, right? And that veil that is spread over all nations would be Christ, right? Because they gave us this sexual image. So make sure y'all write that down. Another great precept, man. Let's go to Sirach chapter 19 and verse 20 now.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 20.
Bring it out.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
So we got to get back to it, man. I know Ezra used to always be on this, man. I got to have that fear of the Lord. I'm talking about I could call us at night like, I think I'm losing the fear. I got to have the fear. I was like, And I appreciate him on that because guess what? That puts you on your mindset and on your game like, damn, dude, am I losing my fear? I need to have the fear of the Lord too, right? And I need to have it as much as this brother is wanting to have it too, right? So we got to get that mindset of fearing our God for what he do to us, man. And it ain't like we can't see it. We have to understand it now. For us to come into the truth and then leave, seeing what we see, seeing the understanding that the Lord unlocked by us, man, it's asinine, man. It's crazy. Because the Lord is showing us what he did to us, man. Changing the times and the laws and the seasons on us, man. Because of our sin, right? Seeing how people out here fighting over hoods and streets and colors that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, man, right? Seeing us killing soldiers in our own army, right? The Lord is saying that we got to get back to the fear of him, man. You know, people honestly say, the Lord don't want you to fear him. Well, what are you reading? I mean, people talking, they let you know that they don't read the Bible at all, man.
That's right.
They go straight off thought and what somebody else told them. They regurgitate what they heard. Well, I heard this. Well, did you go read it for yourself? Because the Lord said that the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. Psalm 111 and 10, we know many fear precepts. That the Lord, you better fear your maker, your creator. The one who can cut your lights off. The one who can stop you from breathing right now. The one who won't wake you up if it's his will. Right? You better fear that man, that power. Right? Our power. Read it again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
That's wisdom. That's how you get wise. We have to come back into showing our people the fear so they can get wise of what they are doing, man. Maybe they can say, because I'm going to tell you, the truth hits you when you start understanding what you've been doing wrong. Our people don't think they're doing wrong. I was the same way. I told this all the time. I thought that cutting Sister Jenkins' grass on Saturday was a good deed. But in the eyes of the Lord, I'm breaking what? The Sabbath, man. Because you know Sister Jenkins gonna break me off. She ain't give me number $5 or $10. Baby, come get this plate. Yeah, I'm getting some certified work out of this. Yeah, now you know I do it, but you know how people from back in the day, Grant, they baby, come here, come get this little 10. I know you didn't do it for that. No, man, you want to play it out. No, man, I'm good. And you hope she say, boy, you better come get this 10.
You better take this.
Yeah, that next time you say, yeah, I'm going to get it. Well, thank you. Know the ice cream truck about to hit the street in a few minutes. You just heard it over there. You just heard it. Right? But the fear of the Lord is the wisdom that we receive to understand what we're doing wrong. Finish it up.
And in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
And in all wisdom is the performance of the law. Some wisdom?
All wisdom.
All wisdom. All wisdom is the performance of the law. That's a heavy precept. I love this precept in Sirach, man. The performance. To perform means you go and do it. And I ain't never seen somebody go do a performance without practice. Back when I was rapping, we go practice what we doing. All right, we go come over here, we go do the step, we go over here, right here one time. You know, just like Bobby Brown them. You think they go out there and do every little step I take how they dance without some practice? Yeah, practice. We practice this thing so when it's time to perform it, Lord willing, we see that kingdom, we able to what? Do it. And do it well enough that the Lord will say, yeah, my sister, yeah, I need you. I want you. I can use you. Yeah, brother Abel, I can use you, right? So in all wisdom is the performance of the law. We have to perform the law, but go to Daniel 9:11.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency, because the Father is all glory, man. He's all power, right? There's nothing that you can get around our King, man. Let's go to Daniel chapter 9, verse 11.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, and verse 11.
Bring it up.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
All Israel have transgressed thy law. All Israel, right? Read.
Even by departing.
Even by departing. Right? Even by departing. Not knowing who you are, you have what? Transgressed the law, right? But we read that. Jeremiah 17. That's one thing that sin does for you. It what? Makes you lose your heritage. Read.
That they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
Therefore what?
The curse is poured upon us.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, man. Why? They always say, well, why? If we children, brother, asked that last Sabbath, we were like, what did Kevin and I said, well, now that's a question that we want to answer. Well, if we the children of Israel, then why are we going through? Because the curse is upon us. Why? Because we have departed from our laws. Because we are in sin. Read it again. That they might
not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
What are we sinned against? The law and the oath that was received by Moses, right? The commandments are still here, man.
Right.
They are still here. And for that, the curse is upon us. What curse you ask? It's a good question. Let's go to Deuteronomy. I'm glad you asked. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. So you can read 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Read.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
This day, which is every day, read.
that all these curses,
That what?
that all these curses
Read.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses. Let's get a few. Let's jump down to verse 23.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, man. That means that everything that we was going to try to what? Be good in, it was going to be what? Bad, man. Right? Basically. Read 23 again.
Verse 23 from the top. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
And the earth that is under thee shall be iron. Remember that. Iron. The earth that is under thee shall be iron. Right? Remember that. Jump over to verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
We go serve our enemies that the Lord sent against us. Who did it? The Most High God. Read.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Let's get a precept on that. Let's go to Daniel. I want Daniel 2. Was that 2 or 21? Yes. Daniel 2 and 21.
This is the book of Daniel.
Start at verse 20.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 20.
Bring it out.
Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever.
Blessed be the Most High God forever and ever. Read.
For wisdom and might are his.
Wisdom and might belonging to our power. Hallelujah. Read.
And he changeth the times and seasons and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings.
Read.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
So ultimately, who did this? Because we understand that the class is what they think to change times and laws, right, by our sins. But ultimately, who is the person identified in doing it? The Most High God. Because of our what?
Sin.
Because of our sin. He said he changes the times and the season. He removed kings and set up kings, right? That's why we had Egyptians over us. Then we had Assyrians. Then we had Babylonians. Then we had Persians and Medes, right? That's why, because the Lord set this thing up this way. Why? Because of our disobedience. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and read 48 again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 48.
Bring it out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
See that? Which who shall send against thee?
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord. Read.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy
A
neck
yoke of iron upon thy neck. Read.
until he have destroyed thee.
Until we were destroyed, man. And we are destroyed as a nation of people, man. We out here calling ourselves B's and H's. We out here calling ourselves nothings, man. Women like it when men call them B's. It's just like, what's going on, man? It's like, what's going on, man? Yeah, I know ain't no women sisters in here. Yeah, I know I'm around out in here. Yeah. You better get your mind right. But yeah, out there in the world, yeah. Ain't no mind it. Right? Read on.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies.
As swift as the eagle flieth. Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Nor show the favor to our young, not regard our old nor our young. Right? They had a little 4-year-old Junebug out there picking cotton, right? And he had to have a certain quota, right? And if he didn't meet his quota, what? Lashes. Right? This is what's going on. This is what we got to read to understand the study. We got to get our understanding back. It's because of our disobedience. Read.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
Anything that we prospered in, he said that the heathen will what? Consume, right? So we basically had the Wright brothers make the plane, but they'll tell you, yeah, we did that. Right? They took so many patents from our people, right? Stoplight, right? The peanut with George Washington Carver, man. You get either might go and say, well, yeah, I accidentally gave him the peanut that he started out with. Right? I mean, it's just mockery how they do us, man. But that's the scriptures, right? That's the curses. Read it again.
Verse 51. And ye shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
Until thou be destroyed. We read.
Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind.
Nor the increase, man. We will not increase, we will decrease. Destroyed means to be decreased. Read.
Or flocks of thy sheep until he have destroyed thee.
Read on.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates. Read.
Until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
So the Lord said that he would besiege us. These are what? Prophecies coming to fulfillment, right? Because when did this prophecy become in fulfillment?
Slave trade.
What year? Besiege.
586.
586, which was who besieged us? The Babylonians. And then when?
70 AD.
Then 70 AD, right? Which who did that to us?
Romans.
The who?
Romans.
The who?
The Romans.
That's why we're finna talk about this fourth beast. Because this fourth beast played a great number on us. See, think about it. This is why this fourth beast is so tough. Because even in our first captivities, we still knew what? Who we were. We still knew that we were a chosen set and nation of people. But now, this fourth beast has took all that away from us. Now we have to come back to that remembrance, right? This is why we talk about the curses that put upon us. Daniel 9 said all Israel sinned, right? All Israel fell short, and guess what? And now the curse is upon them. This curse came true in 586 and also in 70 AD when we're talking about this fourth beast, right? Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. Start from the top.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream, and told the sum of the matters.
Read on.
Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven stove upon the great sea.
The four winds of heaven, right? Daniel is getting his vision. He said, the four winds of heaven. This is what I'm seeing. Read.
And four great beasts.
How many great beasts?
And four great beasts.
Four great beasts. Read.
Came up from the sea, diverse one from another.
Four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another, right? So again, who was the first beast that Daniel was seeing in this vision?
Babylon.
Babylon, which was what in this vision? The head of gold. That's what I want, right? In the statue. Shalak, I know I probably didn't make it this clear. In the statue that Daniel seen, Babylon was what? The head of gold, right? What about, who was next? Persian Mede, which was what? The chest of silver. All praises. Read. And who was next? The Greeks. What were they? The thighs of brass, right? Of bronze, Shalaki, of bronze. Make sure y'all put this and write this down if you don't have it. Read. And then I'm saying read. And the fourth was what? Romans, US, EU, right? That's all four. They tied it in together, which was the what?
Clay.
The iron of clay, right? So we're talking about Romans and an American time frame, what they did to us, and how they have us destituted as a nation of people. Jump over to verse 7.
Verse 7. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast.
A fourth beast, read.
Dreadful and terrible.
Dreadful and terrible. Rome. This is Rome. It said this fourth beast was dreadful and terrible. Read.
And strong exceedingly.
And strong exceedingly. Read.
And it had great iron teeth.
Uh-huh.
It devoured and brake in pieces, and snapped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Read that again. And it was what?
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
It was diverse from all the other beasts. It was what? Different. It was very different from the other beasts. And we're going to get into this. Read.
And it had 10 horns.
And it had what?
And it had 10 horns.
10 horns. Read.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn,
Uh-huh.
before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man,
Like the eyes of a man. Read.
and a mouth speaking great things.
And a mouth that spoke great things. So these 10 horns are equivalent to who today? The EU, the 10 common markets. Give me one, Bilal.
Great Britain.
Great Britain. Give me another one. You know one?
I would say Italy.
How about Luxembourg?
Germany.
Denmark. Germany. Right?
Spain.
These are the 10 common markets. These were the 10 toes, right? In the statue. The reason why they are so important is we're going to get to it later, right? We're going to come down. Let's jump over to verse 19.
Verse 19.
Oh, hold on, real quick. And it says there came among them another little horn before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked. What are those 3 horns? Does anybody know those 3 horns that were plucked?
Rome, Greece. It was the Lydanian, Babylon, and Egypt.
So, and you're partially right. Well, I want you to put Spain, France, and Great Britain.
Oh, okay.
All right? Those were the 3 that were plucked.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Spain, France, and Great Britain. Make sure you put that down, right? Jump down to verse 19.
Verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast,
The truth of this fourth beast, read.
which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron,
Uh-huh.
and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and snapped the residue with his feet.
So this fourth beast is going into Rome. America, Rome, right? The EU, read.
And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
Before whom the 3 fell, right? Because now who were the 3 that fell?
Spain, France, and Great Britain.
In the dream that Daniel had. Who were the 3 that fell to the fourth beast? Stay with me.
The Greeks,
Uh-huh.
all the other beasts, Persian,
Who were they?
Persian and the Medes.
Who was first?
Babylon was first.
Uh-huh.
Persian and the Medes,
Uh-huh.
and the Greeks.
So Rome, the fourth beast, overtook these three that fell. The three that fell, remember, go back to what? Babylon, Persia, Mede, and the Greeks, right? They all fell to Rome. Remember, it said this fourth beast was exceedingly diverse, right? Had wild teeth, right? Read 20.
Verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
His look was more stout than his fellows. Read down.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them.
The same horn made war with the saints. What is that going into? And prevailed against them.
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble. All praises, right? The same horn, the same horn made war with the saints. Who are the saints, Brother Fred?
Psalm 147, 14. 148, 14.
148 and 14. Give me another one, Brother Yakal.
Psalms 50 and 5.
Psalms 50 and 5. They made war with the children of Israel, right? With us. We are the saints, right? That is going into Jacob's trouble. And what? And prevailed. So Jacob's trouble is going to be tough upon us, right? We are entering into it already. We see right now it's already tough on us, man, right? Bills on top of bills. I'm talking about problems on top of problems. Credit on, I mean, it's just a lot, man. Right? And so it said that they would prevail against us. Read.
Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High.
Until who? The Ancient of Days, man. We are waiting on Hamashiach and Hawashah to come back from the Most High God. Man, read.
And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
Okay, let's read verse 23.
Verse 23. Thus he said.
Hold on real quick. Before we go there, go to 2nd Edges right quick. Before we read verse 23. So we understand that this fourth beast is going into Rome, right? That this fourth beast was diverse, that it conquered Babylonians, the Persian Medes, and the Greeks, right? That it was totally different and diverse. That it was the strongest. It said it was going to be the strongest, right? Let's go to 2nd Edges 11. We'll go with 11 first. We're going to come back for 12. I already praise you in the spirit. Start at 38. 11 and 38.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 38.
11. 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, and start at verse 38. Yeah, we talked about 12 later. We're going to go back to it.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, and verse 38. Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee,
Read on.
Art not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts?
Or not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts, right? Which is right now. Read.
Whom I made to reign in my world?
Who the Lord made to reign in his world, right? Read.
That the end of their time might come through them?
That's heavy. That the end of their times might come what? Through them. So they're going to do it to themselves, man. Through their pride and greediness, they're going to do it to themselves. Their end is going to come through them. Read.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
Rome came and overtook all the beasts. Read.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
And see, Rome right now, America has power over the whole world, right? So when we get into verse 23, we're going to see and show that the other kingdoms didn't have power over the whole world at that time, right? They had what you call like a republic, right? Roman became an empire. See, it's a difference from a republic and an empire. An empire is you take over completely, right? But the other beasts, they were dreadful, but not as dreadful as Rome or America right now, which covers the whole world, right? Because right now you have English is in every part of this world, right? Christ, so-called white Christ, is in every part of this world, right? Christmas, everybody, Asians can barely see the tree. They barely can see it, but you know they got it up there. Now, I don't know who put the star on top of it, because they might have knocked it down 4 times. right? But everybody is doing American customs right now, right? This is why the fourth beast is so dreadful. But it says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness. The world fears America, right? The world fears America right now. Now they coming, they trying to get together. We already know what scriptures say. But the world, yeah, for a long time, it was just okay with being part of those 10 toes, right? Why? Because they all had their part in their time to reign and rule. Read on.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth.
The whole compass of the earth. See, this fourth beast right now, this American Roman time, it is over the whole compass of the earth. Read.
With much wicked oppression.
And everybody's being oppressed by America, man. Right? Everybody's being oppressed by America, man. They got their hand and dibbling and dabbling in everything going on in this world. Read.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With what?
With deceit.
Read on.
For the earth has thou not judged with truth.
Because they're not using truth in their ways, right? Folly, wickedness, lies, right? What's that, Nahum? This world is the bloody, three and one, right? Woe to the bloody city is full of lies, robbery, and lies, right? That's how they deal with robbery and lies. Everything has been stolen, right? Read on.
For thou hast afflicted the meek.
The meek. Who are the meek?
Israelites.
Precept.
Psalms,
Matthew
49, Psalms 25 and 9.
Matthew 5 and what?
Yeah, it's Matthew 5, 30.
Put Isaiah 61 and 1. Right? We are the meek. That is a great precept you can put for us being the meek, man. What is that in Matthew 5? Blessed are the meek. What's that, Matthew 5 and what? I gotta get it real quick myself. The attitude.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
That's right. So blessed are the meek, Matthew 5 and 5, right? Also Psalm 25 and 9. Those are three precepts for the meek. Isaiah 61 and 1, Matthew 5 and 5, Psalm 25 and 9, right? So again, back in 2nd Esdras 11 and 41, it said, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth. 42, thou hast afflicted the meek. That is the children of Israel. Read on out.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 11 and verse 42.
Read.
But thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
We are the peaceable. 2nd Esdras 13 and 39. Put that precept right there. Read.
Thou hast loved liars.
They have loved what?
Liars.
They have loved liars, man. Read on.
And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
And see, we once was a nation that brought forth good fruit, right? According to 2nd Esdras 9 and 31, by what? Keeping the laws of the Most High God. But the fourth beast put a nation under where we not only kept the law, we didn't know who we were. We didn't even know that we had to keep laws, right? Read on.
And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
And they cast down walls of, we did them no harm, man. Only thing we did was God chose to be the greatest nation on the planet.
That's right.
We didn't do nobody no harm, man. Unless they deserved it or needed it, right? Read on.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty.
And thy what to the mighty?
And thy pride unto the mighty.
Because they are very prideful people. Let's go back to Daniel chapter 7 and let's read verse 23. Because the Bible is speaking on how different and diverse this fourth beast was. This American Roman EU time period would be diverse from the other periods. Let's read this.
It's the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces.
And shall devour the whole earth, tread it down, and break it into pieces. Devour the whole earth, tread it down, and break it into pieces. Let's go to First Maccabees right quick. Because we start seeing dark races ruled right from the beginning of time. Even in the Assyrian, Babylonian, Persian, Mede captivity, dark races ruled. Now when you get to your Greek captivity, you start seeing what? The so-called red man come into play, right? But it still wasn't instituted as hard as it was with Rome, right? Because that's when it first started, right? And we're going to show that Rome, see, that's the thing about it. Rome used it, when it talks about the 10 toes, right? It talks about them not coming with a different policy, but just adding on to what they did, right? Not changing anything, but making what they did even greater upon us, right? That's what it's going into with the 10 common markets. It's using them for their gain, right? Let's read this. First Maccabees chapter 1. Start at verse 1 right quick.
This is the book of First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes.
The Macedonian, remember. Alexander was a Macedonian, read.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
So this is the first time of the red man reigning over the world, right? Or having power or authority. Read.
It made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. And went through to the end of the earth and took spoils of many nations. And so much that the earth was quiet before him.
So we see that Alexander, the Greeks, they came and did a great job on us too, right? This is the first start of you seeing the red man coming and taking over, right? Verse 4.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him.
Okay, so now let's jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion over 2 realms.
See, this is heavy. Because when the Greeks were in rulership, they were in rulership over one area. I'll see if you can pull up. We just talked about this last week, Captain and I. Pull up the land of like Syria, Persia, Mesopotamia. See if you can pull up some maps. See, they said in verse 16, it said the kingdom was established before Antiochus, right? Now, after Alexander fall, came with Antiochus, the 4 generals, right? And it said that he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might what? Have the dominion over 2 realms, right? Because, give me another, see if you can show where Egypt, okay, that one to the left, this first one. This first one right here, yeah. So the Greeks had taken over everything of, I know, you good. They had took everything over from Greece all the way to the right, Assyria, Media, right, Persia. They had took over this area. But remember, Antiochus said that he wanted to take over what else? Egypt. That he might what? 2 realms. That he might be able to what? Take over 2 realms. Right? See, this is why the 4th beast was so tough, because you see, Egypt was not taken over yet by the Greeks. This is showing a map, but I just wanted to show y'all that the Greek had took over parts of Syria, Mesopotamia, right? Media, Assyria. This was the part that they took over. This middle area, right? This right side green middle area. All right? Let's go back and read 1 Maccabees 1 and 16 again.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms.
Of 2 realms, right? Now see if you can pull up a map of Roman Empire. Look what that Romaine letters. I want to show one that got actually Egypt on it. Yeah. Yeah, so you see Rome, the difference between Greeks is that they had this one area to the right. If you blow it up a little bit, they had this side, like I said, Syria, Mesopotamia, Macedonia. You see that? They had that area. But you see, Roman Empire took over this whole area. Egypt at the bottom from Africa, Carthage, all the way around. Roman Empire took over greatly the whole area of what? Civilization at that time. This is why it talks about the fourth beast being diverse from any other beast. Because they took over the entire landmass of what? Civilization. Right? See, the Greeks had took, it shows you how great the Greeks were, right? They had took over this whole side to the right, on down to the right. But now you see the Roman Empire, which is not a, like I said, it's not a, it's an empire and not just a, it's like a republic. So it's an empire because now they have the whole world, right? The whole land of civilization. This is why we said in verse, go back to Daniel 7:23 again.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 23.
Bring it out.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
Diverse from all kingdoms. Read.
It shall devour the whole earth.
See, the whole earth. The Roman captivity, the Roman Empire took over the whole land of civilization. Right? This is why this fourth beast was so tough. Because now, if I take over this whole land of civilization, now I put what? My laws into everything. Now I don't get no pushback. All right? It's easier because now I have this whole area of civilization of landmass in control. That's why it says that they were so diverse of all kingdoms, devouring the whole earth. Read on, finish that out.
It shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces.
And break it in pieces. Go to Daniel chapter 2. So I just want to show y'all that. That's why the Roman, the fourth beast was so much diverse than any other area. Why? Because remember, the Greek captivity is the first time we see the red man involved, but he was not over the entire area, right? We had the Persians, which were dark races. We had the Babylonians, which were dark races, right? It was diverse from every one of those because they didn't have the whole earth under servitude, and now the so-called white man is actually over the entire earth. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 40. I mean, not 2 Ezra, Daniel, Shalaki family. Daniel chapter 2, verse 40, Shalaki family.
Look at Daniel chapter 2 and verse number 40.
Bring it out.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
As strong as what?
As strong as iron.
As iron. Remember, read.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things.
All things. This giving you the understanding that this Roman Empire was going to what? Conclude the whole land of civilization. It was going to break everything into pieces. Read.
And as iron that breaketh all things shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Read on.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Read on.
And there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with mirrored clay.
It said, but still, you're going to see the kingdom divided within the 10 toes, right? It said, but still, you're going to see the strength of the iron. You will still be able to see the strength of the iron. Why? Because the Romans, even though they used the 10 common markets, they still used them for their defense, right? Meaning they were still in control. And we're going to talk about that. Finish that out.
Verse 41, I'm gonna start from the top. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with murky clay.
Now jump to let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1. 1 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 1, Salaki. 1 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 1. Even though you would see the kingdom divided around this time, you still would see that iron, right, destroying, showing you that they were still going to be the higher authority at this time, right? And we're going to prove it and show what they did. 1 Maccabees chapter 8, start at verse 1.
This book of 1 Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans.
You heard the fame of who?
Of the Romans.
The fame of the Romans. Read.
That they were mighty and valiant men.
Valiant. Mm-hmm.
And such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of enmity with all that came unto them.
Read on.
And that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts, which they had done among the Galatians.
The Galatians, how they had took over the Romans and took over the Galatians. Read.
And how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute.
Uh-huh.
And what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold, which is there, and that by their policies and patience, Jalaki, that had conquered all the people, though it were very far from them.
They had conquered all the place.
All the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost parts of the earth, till they had discomforted.
So it talks about how Judas Maccabees seeing the power of the Romans, right? How they now are coming and they're taken over by great wars, really, how they are conquering them and making them pay tribute now, right? He's seeing them come into existence, right? Because remember, every time we had a captivity, captivities kind of overlap themselves, right? So we talk about the Greeks taking over in what year? What year do we talk about the Greeks having full authority? The Greeks.
The Greek,
332 BC.
332, 333, right? But, you know, in order to take fully over in 333, you had to be what? Infiltrating way before that, right? So they were always putting work in, even in the what? The 5s and the 4s, right? To get down to where they fully took over in 333. So you see things overlapping. So now we know that the Apocrypha is our Greek captivity, right? But Maccabees himself is seeing Romans, what? Starting to come in play. Taking over, right? Read on. Read verse 4 after it said, till they had discomfited them.
Till they had discomforted them.
Uh-huh.
And given them a great overthrow.
Giving them a great overthrow. Read.
So that the rest did give them tribute every year.
Uh-huh.
Besides,
So they made them pay on what? Taxes, right? Tribute. Remember, you are a slave to those that you are under tributary to. Right? Read.
Besides this, how they had discomforted in battle Philip.
Uh-huh.
And Perseus.
And Perseus. Read.
King of Chittim.
King of Chittim. Read.
With others that lifted up themselves against them and had overcome them.
So that king of Chittim, that was going into them overthrowing Alexander, right? This is overthrowing Alexander around 168 BC, right? This is them overthrowing basically the Macedonians. So if you look up Pursuer, that battle with Chittim, that is Macedonians. This is the Romans now overtaking the Macedonians. Remember, who was a Macedonian? Alexander, before he took over, before Antiochus, right? So now you're seeing what? Things starting to come and play with Rome, right? So he's taking over, this is around 168, right? So we still seeing, when did the Romans take over fully, empire? When do we talk about?
The Romans.
The Romans, fully. What date do we give you fully for the Romans taking over?
172.
70 AD.
Oh, 78.
This is around the time where they fully took over Roman captive. When we talk about Roman, Greek, 333, right? Roman, 70 AD. But now you're seeing Maccabees, seeing the Romans putting in work around 168, right? Maybe about 200 years before they fully took over, right? That's how captivities go, right? You have to put in work. You have to go into many wars and take over. And this is what the fourth beast was doing at this time, all right? Read on down. I want to keep reading, yeah.
Verse 6, how also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, they came against them in battle, having 120 elephants, with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army, was discomforted by them.
So you remember this, Antiochus had a great army. Maccabees talked about that too, right? How they had a great army with elephants, right? Big elephants, but even they were taken over by the Romans. Read.
And how they took him alive and conveyed, was that word?
Covenanted.
Oh, that's what it is. Covenant, like, and covenant that he and such as reign after him shall pay a great tribute.
So basically what they're saying, we're going to keep you alive, but you're going to have to pay us, right? All the spoils that the Greeks got, right? Remember, when you in rulership, you were taking over. You the top dog. One of the best ways to take over, man, that's a big fly. One of the best ways to take over is what? War and what else? What's the two ways to take over? War and what? What did America use? Money. War and money. So what they did, they kept Antiochus alive, but they said, okay, you're going to be in understanding that guess what? You're going to be alive, but you're going to be paying us. So all the spoils that the Greeks had around this time, now you're going to start paying us. We're going to become the top dog, right? If we got Antiochus paying tribute, if we now overtaken the Macedonians, right? If we are now taking over all the great things that the Greeks have done, sooner or later we're going to be what? Top dog. That's right. Read verse 7.
And give hot. Well, I'll just
start over from the top.
Verse 7 from the top. And how they took him alive in covenant, that he and such as reign after him shall pay a great tribute and give hostages, and that which was agreed upon in the country of India.
That's all we need. That's all we need. So we see Romans taking over right now, right? They took over the Macedonians. They had a great army against Antiochus, right? Took him over. They are coming into play. Remember that the time frame is about 160 BC. So they are now trying to come into rulership and power, right? But what did they do it with? Jump over back to Maccabees chapter 1. Go back to 1 Maccabees 1. Because see, like I said, the Romans, what they did was they countered off what the Greeks did and just made it stronger. Right? That's why we always talk about the Roman Greco-American time, right? That's why we kind of lump them together, right? Because what Romans did is they took what the Greeks did, because remember at this time, what did it say happened when the Greeks took over?
Evils multiplying.
All praise to the Spirit. Evils had started multiplying on the earth when the Greeks took over. So the Romans said, well, we're going to use your tactics. We just going to take over and put you on the bottom. And now we're going to be on the top, right? So how did they do it? They did it with Greek policies and made the Greek policies theirs. Read verse 30, 1 and 30 of 1 Maccabees.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 30. And spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
But all was deceit. Read.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel.
And that's how they do us today. They rock us to sleep. We already know with that. Hey, brother, we're all one. You know, all that mess, donuts in the lobby, right? You know, you guys are doing a great job, such a great job, right? They do that, and as soon as you say, oh, man, these white people ain't that bad, they cut your neck. Gotcha, bitch. In the words of Captain B, gotcha. Now we got you, right? This is what they do. These are the policies that they follow after. They do these same things even up to today, right? They rocked us to sleep today. Read on.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire, and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side.
So now we get the money, it's a robbery, right? We in and out, right? We get the money, it's a robbery, we in and out, burn the place. Burn it. On to the next spot, right? They do that this is exactly what they do. This is their tactic. This is what the tactics that they took from the Greeks and made theirs, right? That's why we, like we said, we get that Roman Greco-American time frame. Go to verse 38.
Verse 38. And so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
Of strangers, read.
And became strange to those that were born in her.
So now the land is made strange to those that are not strangers. Now we're looked upon as strangers, right? We niggas in this land, right? Now it's strange to us. It's strange that, hey, we don't deal with the so-called white man because everybody else does. It's strange, real quick. Hold your preach up. Go to 1 Peter. I know I love 1 Peter chapter 4. They think it's strange because we became strangers. We became strangers to them, man. And now they think it's strange that we are trying to come back and get our nationality and not do it with them. We don't need you to build up this kingdom. Right? We're going to do it with ourselves. 1 Peter 4 and start at 3. We'll get straight to it.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3.
Read.
For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
We wrought the will of the Gentiles. What was the Gentiles? What the Greeks were doing, right? How we gave them credits and we said, hey, they not that bad, and they took over us and had us doing their ways, their laws, right? That's what we kept Christmas. That's what we're doing with Easter, right? Paganism. Read.
When we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatry.
We started taking over their customs, doing idolatries. So now that we are not trying to do their idolatries, read.
Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Oh, he's racist. Dude, you're racist. Dude, you're racist. Oh, come on, dude. So what, you're not going to say brother back to me? No. Oh, you're racist, dude. You're so racist. Well, your racism killed my ancestors. Right? Like Jeremiah always say, my racism is just showing you that I have a strong desire for my people. That's all it is, right? They think it's strange because we don't want to build this kingdom back with the heathen again. Every time we try to do that, what happened? They what? Spoke peaceably to us, overthrew us. Gotcha. Every time. So why would we go back into doing the same thing over and over again? Only to hear, gotcha. Don't want to do it again. We can't keep following after the, sooner or later you learn from your what? Mistakes. That's what we are doing. We are now learning from our mistakes because we don't want to hear what? Gotcha. Right? We don't want to hear that anymore. So, they think it's strange now that we don't run after their excess of riot. And go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and read verse 38 again.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 verse 38.
Bring it out.
And so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
And this is going into what? When they besieged us, right? We became strangers in our own land, right? They called them Israeli. No, that's their land. That's a lie. And what you guys say, damn, like it's a damn, it's a damn lie. You know, our mamas and then they want us to say lie when we was growing up. I'm not gonna say story. I ain't gonna say you feel it. I'm gonna say that's a lie. We's grown now. We understand. I can say it. You lying. Yeah, that is not their homeland. That is not who they are. Right? What they got to do? What we ain't wearing no pigtails in our hair. What's that about? Yarmulke, slaps. We ain't doing that. Right? We're not doing it. We calling our spade a spade. It's a lie. Right? So it said that we became strangers. Read.
It became strange to those that were born in her, And her own children left her.
And now her own children left her. Our people left our laws, left our statutes, and left our commandments. We left our heritage. Why? Because all we see is what they tell us. All we see is what they tell us. Nobody look up the Balfour Declaration and see in 1948 they deemed that land to be theirs. That was just what, 70 years ago, 80? That ain't long ago at all. They don't see that. Right? Jump down to verse 40.
Verse
41.
Verse 41.
So these are the tactics and policies that Romans took from what? The Greeks, right? To keep us down, to keep them, to make them we superior over the entire world at that time. Civilization. 41.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Boy, is this not the policy of America today? We're all one in Christ Jesus. We're all one. You're a Gentile, I'm a Gentile, he's a Gentile, all of us. Whether you know it or not, brother, I'm buddy, I'm your brother. You're my main man. I have plenty of black friends, right? I got Tony and
My best friend.
Jeremy and Broderick, they're all my black friends. They're my black buddies. This is one thing that they do still to this day. All should be one people. We're all one. Read.
Verse 41 from the top. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. And everyone should leave his laws.
Everyone should leave his laws and what?
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
So this is their policies, right? Read.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
See that? We gave credits to their religion. That's why we do birthdays. That's why we do Christmas. That's why we do Easter. Because we consented to their religion. Read.
And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
And that's why we going to church. They going to church on Sunday. They profane the Sabbath. We can look in history and see they changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. You can look. It's history. All you got to do is read up on it. Read.
For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land.
What kind of laws are these that we're following?
The strange laws of the land.
It's strange that y'all out here celebrating Santa Claus, man.
That's right.
White man coming down the chimney. We ain't got no damn chimney. Who in here got a chimney in their house? About 7 people raise their hand. So what about the other 30, 40, 50 who ain't got no chimney? Well, what are we doing? Sometimes we got to think about it, man. How is this dude getting in here? No, I'm not putting no cookies out there. We got roaches and we got rats. Then you think Santa ate it. Nah, that was that big cat rat that you had in there. That was Mickey. That was Mickey and Minnie in there playing last night. You thought that was Santa. Mom, I heard Santa. No, you didn't. You heard Mickey and Minnie in there. You heard Master Splinter. That's what you heard in there. He ate the cookie. Yeah, Master did. Okay, yeah. He ate it, Mom. Yeah. Come on, man. We got to get back to what we are doing. And then Christians, this is what killed me about Christians. Well, we're not celebrating Christmas. We're celebrating the birth of Christ. That's folly. Any way you try to mix it up and put it, it's wrong. Any way you try to mix it up and put it in, you can't do it. It's idolatry. It's a custom that we are not to keep. Any way you try to mix it and slice it and dice it. Read on, huh?
Verse 43 from the top. Well, verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
Read on.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land.
Ain't it strange that Easter is dealing with bunnies? Is it strange? And they lay eggs? Have you seen anything about a bunny on the Passover?
We don't need no chicken.
Strange. Read it.
Verse 45. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they shall profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
Because what are their burnt offerings and profane sacrifices now? They eat pork in the church. We just got through talking about Christ Jesus. What did he do? He fulfilled it. And immediately they go to the sanctuary and what? Big pork chops back here. Sister Jenkins made pork chops for everybody.
Man, quick story, man. My brother just became a deacon at his church, man. He proud of it, And he said, yeah, bro, after church, we serve our people food, and in my head, you already know, we serve our people breakfast. And I'm like, man, you already know what you feeding your people bacon. I bet y'all had bacon and sausage and eggs. He was like, yeah, bro, you already know. It was pork. And he already know. I told him the commandment where you ain't supposed to be eating pork, man. But that is just crazy. You in the church, you're not teaching the commandments, you're just telling stories. And then you having your people sin within the church. It's just crazy, man. That's just folly, man. All right?
Exactly. That's how you profane festivals and Sabbath days, like you just said. How you gonna get together in the name of the Lord and sacrifice pork?
That's crazy.
And eat pork together. It don't make no sense. It's strange. Read on.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh.
Scriptures speak for themselves, right? And sacrifice what?
Swine's flesh.
Read on.
And unclean beasts.
And unclean beasts. Right? Somebody in here brought what's the damn thing? Armadillo salad. Yeah, he from the country, man. He made an armadillo salad. We got possum pie over here. No, armadillo, I mean just anything, man. People tell me all the time, I'm from the country, yeah, we eat that. Yeah, where is that? I think we was talking about a possum the other day. One of the country ladies talking about, where? Go, we eat them. Where is that? Go, we eat them. What?
Shoot, I had a homeboy, man. I was at this grand. This Dallas, Texas. And moving from Houston, moving to Dallas, man, I thought Dallas was so country, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, Dallas done grew a whole lot. But, man, he opened this grand refrigerator. It's a possum in that mouth wide open. Froze, man. They went in the back door, caught that thing, man. He stuck it in the freezer, man. That's wild, man.
Finna marinate.
Man, finna marinate. And rotisserie that damn possum.
Fried, died, leg to the side. Right? That's crazy. Read on, step 47.
Verse 47. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
Read on.
That they shall also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
And profanation. That's right. Read on.
To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
Man, that's a heavy to the end. What is the summary of it? All these policies that we're trying to put together on you is that you forget who you are. That you forget your times. Now, I can tell you that the Sabbath is Sunday. Why? Because you so caught up in going to church on Sunday, you forgot that the Lord said the seventh day, right? You forgot in John chapter 20 where it says that Mary Magdalene went to see Christ as it dawned toward the first day of the week. What's the first day of the week? Monday. No, it couldn't. Because they came after the Sabbath on the first day of the week. It got to be Sunday. Yeah, they don't look at this. Right? To the end that they would have you forget your laws and your ordinances. And that's what they did.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 50.
And then what? Not just forget it, but what?
And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
If you did forget it, well, we gonna kill you.
That's right.
How about that? I'm talking about big taking, big dog overtake. Well, you still want to go to church on Saturday? Go in there if you want to, low key. That's what Jacob's trouble might hit us up, man. Right? Taking your Bibles, You can't never be caught with about. I mean, you just never know. There's so much going on. Then we at school they changed the law, passed a law that said now you got to put the 10 Commandments in the school. That's crazy. So we got a little thing on our phone where all the teachers are involved. The only person to ask about it, Esau, the band director. So are we gonna put the 10 Commandments according to what they passed? I'm like, dang, he's the only one to ask about it, right? Because now we done forgot about it. We don't care. 10 Commandments, what? Who cares? We not keeping those 10 Commandments. He the only one did talk about it. You got something?
Oh yeah, I got a quick precept. Let's get Daniel chapter 6 is going into where I'm talking about these policies, wicked policies that they put. There's so many examples in the Bible, man.
Yeah.
Daniel 6, you can even look at Esther, man. All right, where man one day praying to our God might be illegal, and man you could die for that. All right, let's get Daniel chapter 6. Just start at verse 8. All right, we're just gonna get straight to it.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 6, and verse 8. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign.
You know what? I'm sorry. Start at verse 7, man.
Verse
Because
7.
you want to get the punishment.
Verse 7. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors, and the princes, the counselors, and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
And this is how Daniel ended up in the lions den. Is that not wicked, man? But jump down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed.
But see, Daniel didn't give a damn. He knew that petition was signed, man. All right, read.
He went into his house, and his windows being open, and his chamber toward Jerusalem.
Right, this is how we know that we pray toward our homeland. Read.
He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
And prayed. And gave thanks before his God.
All right.
As he did aforetime.
Right. And so I'm gonna just tell y'all, some men saw him praying to his God, man. And that's how he ended up in the lion's den. So, hey, man, those days are coming back on the earth. Hey, we're gonna have to kind of hide out, man. All right, like I say, man, it's illegal to have a Bible, man. You get put to death if you get found with a damn Bible, man. Those days are coming, man. So we have to really build up our spirit for these things.
Become. Our praise, great precept. That's how they're what's that word? Phylacteries. Something like that. I tried to use a big word. Don't worry about it. I'll find it. I'm gonna Google it right quick. I'll let y'all know. Let's go to First Maccabees. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Let's go to First Maccabees 8 and 11. I tried it. Is that what it is? Look, sister, I told you I got it. Sister didn't want to be over sister. Fallacies. Yeah. I'll pray. This is First Maccabees chapter 8, verse 11. We continuing and showing how the Roman Empire became such a great empire, how by taking Greek publics or what? Fallacies. Praises. Thank you. Read.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 11. It was told him, besides, how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and ours that at any time resisted them.
So the Romans, it was told to Judas Maccabees how the Romans took over anybody that went against them. Read.
But with their friends. Remember, they didn't kill Antiochus, right? They just wanted his money, so they took him and made him a friend, right? Somebody that you can be in covenant with, right? That's a friend. But with their friends, read. But with their friends, and such as relied upon them, they kept enmity.
Because remember, Romans taking over now. We're gonna rely on Roman as being what? The top dogs. I need that behind me. I need that muscle behind me. Right? I don't mind you putting me in a little tributary. Why? Because if something happened, I got y'all muscle behind me, right? That's what they did. Read.
And that they had conquered kingdoms, both far and nigh, And so much as all that heard of their name were afraid of them.
Read on.
Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign.
Who they would help to a kingdom, those reign too. See, this is where you get the Romans and you get the 10 toes. You get the EU. Because now, okay, we're going to give you a time to what? Reign, right? You're going to have a period where you reign, right? You're my friends. We have a covenant together. Now you're going to have a time to reign. Read.
And that they had conquered kingdoms, both far and nigh, and so much as all that heard of their names were afraid. Well, should I jump?
Yeah, you good. Go to 13.
Verse 13. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displaced, finally, that they were greatly exalted.
To the point that they were greatly exalted. But read 14.
Verse 14. Yet for all this.
Yet for all of them, what?
Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby.
Yet with all of this, none of them were crowned to be what? Leaders. Right? This is to come the EU. Yeah, we're going to let you do your thing for a minute, right? We're going to give all y'all, we together, right? But you not wearing a crown. It's still Roman over here, right? It's still Roman. All right? We 12 Caesars over here. We ain't doing nothing else. So we going to let you have a time, but it's still Roman over here. This is how they did. This is showing you that they went from a republic to an empire. How they went from a republic to an empire, this is how they did it. Okay, we're going to use y'all, right? We're going to give you a little credits. We're going to have you built up a little bit with us, but we still the big dogs. And this is how they took over the entire civilization and made themselves an empire. Read on. This is another way too.
Verse 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily.
Read.
Consulted always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered.
Read on.
And that they committed their government to one man every year.
To one man every year. See, a republic is really generated for the people. If you look it up, a republic is generated for the people. The laws and everything, it's a people-friendly situation, right? This empire that the Romans built, now they are making it a what? What do we call this? What do we call what? A democracy. Now we got one man that's leading this thing, right? This is not a republic anymore. This is now an empire or what? Dictatorship. Now we are becoming an empire because we are making this thing official that it ain't about y'all no more. It ain't. This is not a republic. It's not people friendly. You're going to do what we say do, right? This first king or president that they made at this time was, give me. Caesar Augustus. This was Caesar Augustus. This was Caesar Augustus right here. This is the first person that they made, like president, king, that took over as an empire. Julius Caesar was the first this wasn't Julius Caesar though. This was Augustus, all praise though. But Julius Caesar was the one pushing toward this, right? See, Julius Caesar came before Augustus. So Julius Caesar was pushing toward this. Now Caesar Augustus is the first one that they made coming to the empire, where it's that one man, right? So this is this is the fallacies that they are putting on us, and they're doing it today. Because now you got that one man. You got Donald Trump, right? You had the Bushes, right? You had Bill Clinton, right? Me and Monica, that it's one man.
Jimmy Carter.
Huh?
Jimmy Carter. Richard
Carter,
Nixon.
yeah, Kennedy.
Yep,
Reagan, right?
Yep.
One man.
Yep.
From the beginning of time, talking about all the way back to who? Who on the $5 bill? Abe. All the way back to Abe, man. They used these fallacies and made these things become relevant enough to where they can now have an empire or a dictatorship, right? Go to Revelation 13. Captivity, captivity, captain. In the building. Hey, look at him. I already coming here talking about some work. Safety man. Fix them put safety man. Look, we so, boy, I'm telling you, we come on, yeah, that's what they got us doing. All praise Captain the building, man. Revelation 13 and start at verse 11. We'll push down.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Esau going into what? Their government, right? This is going into what? Republican and Democrat, right? This is going into their, like we said, fallacies, right? Read on.
And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causing the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
The first beast. Who was the first beast? Rome. But who is this beast right here?
Esau.
Esau. This is that beast. Esau is that beast. Read.
Whose deadly wound was healed.
Read on.
And he doeth great wonders.
He doeth what?
And he doeth great wonders. So that he make it fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
They do great wonders, right? So many wonders as great as they make what? Fire come down upon the earth. Let's look at some of their wonders. Let's go to Revelation 16. We already know. Read 13.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast.
America, who is the beast? Esau. America is that dragon. That beast is Esau, right? I seen 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out the mouth of the dragon, America, which you can put Revelation 12 and 3 right there. And out of the mouth of the beast, which is Esau, right? Read.
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
So what are these 3 unclean spirits at this time?
Politics, economics, and religion.
These are the things that they get us docile with. Politics, economics, and religion. When we go back to Revelations, we see that in 13 it speaks on what? The great wonders, right? It talks about the worship of the first beast, right? 2 horns like a lamb, that's going into the same thing. Read on though in Revelation 16.
Verse 14. For they are the spirits of the devil.
They are what?
For they are spirits of the devil.
This is what they are hitting us with, spirits of devils. Right? These are spirits of devils. Read.
Working miracles.
Working what?
Working miracles.
They are working miracles on the children of Israel, man. For you to make you believe that there's a so-called white man named a so-called white Christ. Says you're a man, an actual man. Alphabet gang. Slept with his sister. I mean, come on, man. That's a miracle. Not magic, That's a miracle they working. Read.
Which go forth unto the kings of the earth.
And who?
And of the whole world.
The whole world. And the whole world got this image. This depiction. The whole world. If you ask anybody, you ask a Japanese, you ask anybody who that is, they'll say, yeah, that's Christ. Yeah, that's Christ. Yeah, that's it. That's Jesus. Yeah. Right? Read on.
To gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty.
The battle of that great day, right? Go to Revelation 11 right quick and 8. Let's see this miracle, man. This is a part of that miracle. I'm telling you that they were crafty, man. The Lord gave them craftiness to get us right. Read this, Revelation 11 and 8.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Bring it out.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Spiritually Sodom and Egypt, read,
where also our Lord was crucified.
where also our Lord was crucified. Meaning what?
His image.
Gave us that image of white Christ. That's the miracle that we're talking about. These are the miracles that we're speaking of in Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. Wonders. Read it again. Revelation 13. Go back to Revelation 13 and read verse 13.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 13. And he do it great wonders. So that he make the fire come down from heaven on the earth at the sight of men.
Making that fire come down, that sin is proclaimed in this world right now. That a false image or deity is given to us. That is the wonder or the miracle that they have put upon us, right? That's what they've done. Go to Jeremiah 51. This is how cold this fourth beast is, man. So now, with all these fallacies that they are doing and putting upon us, man, it's easy for them to change times and laws upon us. It's easy for them to say, yeah, you ain't got to keep no law. It's easy for them to say, yeah, man, you know, you can eat pork now, right? Because we've been eating pork for so long. We never read and had the understanding what the scriptures say to us. Jeremiah 51, start at verse 1.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me.
Read.
A destroying wind.
A what?
A destroying wind.
A destroying wind. So he raised up against Babylon. Now, who is this talking about? Us. Persian and me. Going into who? Who are the leaders? Cyrus and Darius, right? So ultimately, this is going into Cyrus and Darius. Remember, we just read Revelations 11 and 8, and what did it say? Spiritually, what? Sodom and Egypt, right? So looking at it in the spiritual aspect, not just now, but even now, they're bringing a what? A destroying wind upon us. Because now, this image is around everybody. It's a destroying wind everywhere. Remember, the children of Israel was scattered around the four corners of the earth, right? So anywhere you go see this image. For the Israelites over there, you go see this image. For the Israelites over here, you go see this image. For the Israelites down there, you go see this image. It is a destroying wind through the spirit that they have pushed upon us. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. It was sent unto Babylon.
And remember, what does the Lord call America today? Babylon, right? Which is spiritually called what? Babylon, right? Read on.
It was sent unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land.
Fan her and empty her land. Empty her land of what?
Sin.
No, empty her land of what? When you fan, we fan in what? Sin. We fan in sin to them that are empty and keep us from doing what? The laws. Read it again.
Verse 2. And was sent unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Read on.
Verse 3. Against him that bended, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up, and his, what's that? Brigandine, and spare yet not hurt. Young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
It said, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Go to Revelations right quick, 17 and 5. Because like I said, through the Spirit, we're seeing that, yes, we know that in the Scripture, this is actually talking about the Babylonians. But through the Spirit, we're seeing that this is talking about today. They are fanning with this sin upon us, man. But this is how you go precept upon precept to get better understanding. 17 and 5.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon.
What?
Mystery Babylon.
Mystery Babylon. Read.
The great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
The great, the mother of harlots and abominations on the earth. Who is the mother of abominations on this earth? Esau, which comes out of what? This fourth beast, this Roman American time frame, right? With their fallacies or their what policies that they put upon us, right? Jump over to 18:1.
This book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was light with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen.
Babylon, the great is fallen. America is fallen. Read.
Is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
That's all it is right now, right? The habitation of devils. Read.
And the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Read on.
For all nations have drunk of the wine.
All nations, these are these families that we're talking about, right? All nations drink of this wine. All nations do Christmas. All nations, you'll see them doing Halloween, Easter, serving this image of white Christ. Read.
Of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich.
So it said it's a habitation of devils. Go to that 1 Timothy, chapter 4. Babylon the Great, America is now a habitation of devils, man. That's all it is. With their ways, their policies, it's a habitation of devils. 4:1, 1 Timothy.
This book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Read on. It's a doctrines of devils. Remember, America is what? Now what? Surrounded, filled with devils. Nothing but doctrines of devils going around. Read on.
Speaking lies and
And
hypocrisy.
what are these doctrines of devils?
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
Lies and hypocrisy. God loves everybody. That's a
Speaking
lie.
lies and hypocrisy.
That's a lie. Christmas, we celebrating Christ's birthday.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
That's a damn lie. Easter, we just celebrating the resurrection of Christ.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
That's a damn lie. Oh yeah, you can eat anything now as long as you have eat it with Thanksgiving.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
That's a damn lie. It's nothing but lies in this kingdom right now that what? Foreshadows us from seeing who we are. This is the fourth beast. This is why it's so strong. That's why it's so easy for them to do what? Change times and laws. Right? Let's go to, well, we can read now.
Having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Forbidden to marry, and commanded to abstain from meats, which God had created, to be received with thanksgiving.
See, I told you. Which God commanded to be ate with thanksgiving. Keep reading them.
Which God created, to be received with thanksgiving. Of them which believe and know the truth.
To those that believe and know the truth. We know the truth of pork. We know the truth of crab, lobster, shellfish. We know it. You can't give us the doctrine of devils. You can't give us a lie and bamboozle us. Why? Because we know it. You can go and try to hit Pastor Pam with that. Right? But you can't hit us with that because we know it. We know that pork is unclean, man. But to a Christian, they don't have this understanding, right? And that's because when you lose your heritage, you lose understanding of who you are. And it makes it easy for now our heathen counterparts to now what? Fool you, disguise who you are, take away your heritage and what you should be doing, man. Go back to Daniel chapter 7. That boy, look at him. I'm glad you ain't tall enough yet.
Somebody come get this brother.
Come on, man. Somebody come get this guy, man. This guy. Let's go back to Daniel chapter 7 and read verse 20. Let's go to 25.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 25.
Bring it out.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Are they not wearing us out? Are they not wearing us out with these lies? with this work that we got to put in each and every day, captivity captive. I'm talking about captivity captains. They had Jeremiah and Benaniah. I mean, they wearing us out, man. Right? They are wearing out the saints of the Most High God. Who are the saints? Psalms what? 50 and 5. What? Psalms what? 148 and 14. That is us. They wearing our butts out, man. Going to work on us. Read.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times.
So it said they think to change times and laws. One thing they try to change is what? The Sabbath, right? Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4. This is why we have to come back what? That's why we have to what? Like Sirach say, 19 and 20, performance of the law. This is why we have to come back and perform the law so that we can get better understanding of what's going on, man. Go to Hebrews chapter 4. You can't make up a Sabbath of your own. You can't do it. Well, we gonna do our Sabbath on Wednesday this week. Y'all hear me? Everybody, Sabbath Wednesday, okay? Sabbath Wednesday, don't forget. Don't forget now. You can't do it. The Most High God set the standard in stone, man. Hebrews chapter 4. Start at verse 1. No, start at 1. We start there.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it.
He said, let us fear that we come short of this thing. Right? This is how hard Judas Maccabees and the Maccabean revolt put in work to not keep their laws. They fell in fear of the Sabbath, trying to change the Sabbath. Read.
Verse 2.
For falling short of it. Read.
Verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them.
Read on.
But the word preached did not profit them.
But it don't profit them. Who was it them? The Christian church. It don't profit them. It was preached to us and them. But we in here. And they out there at Applebee's today. They out there, what they doing, Ron? They at Golden Crown today. We in here trying to keep the Sabbath. They out there doing God knows what on the Sabbath. Right? It was preached to us and them. But it didn't profit them. Read.
Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Read, that's heavy. Read that again.
Not being mixed with faith.
Mixed in faith. They are mixed in faith. So-called white man come by and show you his fallacies, his policies, and you run with it. Mixed in faith. We was mixed in faith, right? Everybody in here probably went to church on Sunday. All right? We was mixed in the same policies. Read.
Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into rest.
We do enter into what?
Into rest.
Read on.
As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest.
Into whose rest?
Into my rest.
Into my rest, not your rest.
Although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
Not enter into your rest, right? It's just like people that say that they Hebrews and they on the Sabbath, they talking about, yeah, right. Talking about, oh yeah, the Lord said rest. We sleeping over here. Yeah, we just go sleep in. Yeah, the Lord said rest. That's your rest. The Lord rest is the what?
Sabbath.
Come to the Sabbath is a what? Holy convocation. Right? Should do no servile work. Yeah, but you got to come together, man. And we ain't talking about with your family. You just seen them yesterday. Seen them the day before. Day before that. That's not holy convocation. Right? So it's not your rest. He said enter into my rest. And then he gives you the understanding. Read it again, verse 3.
Verse 3 from the top. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest,
read,
although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
showing you that he's talking about the 7-day Sabbath, right? When the world was finished, right? The foundation. Read on.
For he spake in a certain place of the 7th day on this wise.
Hold on, they cannot get around this. But somehow, some way, these fallacies and these policies that this fourth beast done gave us done tricked their mind. Now, that ain't what they say. Read it again. Read it again. That ain't what it say. Read it again.
Verse 4 from the top. For he spake in a certain place of the 7th day on this wise.
They like, damn, seven days. Well, we ain't doing it. We still going to church on Sunday. That's what they do, right? You can show it to them. Read it again. Hold on. Let me see.
For he spake in a certain place of the 7th day on this wise.
7 days. Well, my pastor, we still talk about the Sabbath. We still gonna keep it on Sunday.
Every day is Sabbath.
Every day is the Sabbath. And you can't get around this. How did they change it on you? Why? Because you done gave up on your heritage. And what Isaiah 1 and 3 say? They don't consider it. They don't even consider it. When he's talking about the Sabbath right here, speaking on the 7th day. Go ahead, Doc.
Even when they talk about it, man, what's another major thing when we ask Christians what's the first day of the week? They say what day?
Monday.
They say Monday. Even in that, they done changed the way our people think about these things. We always ask them that. Brother, what's the first day of the week? Monday, brother. They said without no hesitation because he done already had it set in stone and programmed to, guess what, to have the Sabbath change, man, when it was written in the law, man. Telling you plain. Give me Exodus chapter 31, verse 15 real quick. Telling you plainly in the scriptures. This is a lot of precepts that brothers can precept this. Hebrews chapter 4, verses 4, with also with that what? That Genesis chapter what?
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Read that right quick, out.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 31 and verse 15. 6 days may work be done.
Read on.
But in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest.
It's the Sabbath of what up?
It's the Sabbath of rest.
Read on.
Holy to the Lord.
It's telling you in the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest. Linking it up with Hebrews what? 4 and 4. Read on up.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Saying the same thing, because God did what? Rested from his works. So we should be doing what? Resting from our works. Plain upon tables. That it on that? Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Throughout their what up?
Throughout their generations.
Read on.
For a perpetual covenant.
For a perpetual covenant. Read on, Doc.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
No, a little while.
Forever.
Read on, Doc.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
And that's what the Sabbath is made for, is to give us refreshment throughout the week. Our bodies need to be refreshed from eating hot foods. Our bodies need to be refreshed from doing what? All this work that we're doing, man. So it's pivotal that, brothers and sisters, if you can't get that day off, go ahead, Doc.
Because like it's good that our bodies what? Don't see all that folly, man. We come here with brothers and sisters that's keeping the commandments, right? That we don't see all that folly, because as soon as you walk out the door, it's seeing what lies at the door, right? Then you precept it from the beginning to the end. You go back to Exodus and it say that they should keep for how long? Forever. Then we go to Hebrews and it speaks on the 7th day Sabbath. That should be kept how long? Forever. You line it up, but guess what? Because we've forgotten our heritage, because we don't care about it, because they did a great number on us, and most importantly, because of sin, we can't see it or seem to understand it. All right? What's another way they change? What they change? Times and laws. Go to Matthew 5 and 17. Change time. They think that they change times and laws. I knew it was supposed to rain today. That's why I said I did kind of shoot it out there. I didn't want to tell you I was going to be kind of a long class, but I kind of blurted out. The sister and them like, oh man, they look. I'm telling. Well, you ought to see them. They looked up like, dang, man, we a 4-hour clap, dang. It's all right. Y'all gonna enjoy it. Y'all start enjoying it. I'm telling you. But also, I know I want to give captivity captains some time to come around here too. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it, man. Give them a little time. Shoot, I was talking out the other day. He said, shoot, what? Shoot, you already know I'm trying to get in there. I'm going to get a little something. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, so you go be there for, I'll definitely be there for camp. Yeah. So, another thing they try to change is the laws. They what? Where they go? They always want to go here. Matthew 5:17.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
I'm glad you read it like that.
That's right.
Oh man, they can't see it. The first words are think not. Do not think. Don't put it in your mind. Don't have this thought process. Don't consider it. Don't think about it. Don't believe it. Don't give reference to it. Don't give credits if anybody say anything other than this. Think not. Read.
That I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Oh, and look, that's so heavy. That's a point they missed too. Because if you're destroying the law, who else are you destroying? The prophets. Because the prophets spake on what?
Law.
Come on, man. If you are now saying the law is done away with, now you might as well go on and say, this is why a lot of Christians don't read the Old Testament, right here. Because if you're saying that you're throwing the law away, well then you're throwing the prophets away. But the Bible says that what? What's your learning? Romans 15:4 says your learning is what? Written 4 times. A lot of precepts, man. You can't get around it. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. That's heavy. Read.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. What did Christ fulfill? Tweet.
I would fulfill that which was written of him, like the death and being sacrificed. What's the
Come on, you got it.
Isaiah 53, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Isaiah.
Nah. You talking about appreciate it.
Help your brother out, man.
You got a twin? You got a twin? Yeah. That's what I said, twin. Help your brother out. Help your twin out. Help us out, twin.
Precept. These basic precepts.
Yeah, go and help us out, twin.
Isaiah 53.
Acts 3:18.
All praises, Acts 3:18. All right, we can go to Isaiah 53 too, right? Showing you that Christ was going to have to fulfill these things. He was going to have to what? Die, right? And resurrect, right? Acts 3:18.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 18. But those things which God before has shown by the mouth of all his prophets.
You see that? If he's doing that, then he's getting away from the prophets. If he's doing away with the law, then he's doing away with the prophets. But he said that what? Read that again.
Verse 18. But those things which God before has showed by the mouth of all his prophets.
By the mouth of his prophets. I'm not doing away with the prophets. Why? Because the mouth of the prophets spoke on Christ. Read.
That Christ should suffer. He had so fulfilled.
He had what?
He had so fulfilled.
That's what Christ fulfilled. What's the precept? What did he fulfill? Home and in. Home and in. What did he fulfill?
The sacrificial law.
Home and in with another precept.
Hebrews 10:12.
Luke 24.
Luke 24:44. Yeah.
Luke 24:44, Mark 8:31, man.
Should have them things locked in, man. Keep it at Luke 24:44 and Acts chapter 3, verse 18.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 24, and verse 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
Concerning who?
Concerning me.
Home. Give me Mark 8. I want y'all to have this one too. This is what Christ fulfilled, man. Mark 8:31. Tie it together. Y'all already know. We're going to go witness upon witness, man. They hate that. They hate that.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 31.
Bring it out.
And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things.
Must do what?
Must suffer many things.
This is what he fulfilled, that he must suffer many things. What else?
And be rejected of the elders.
Be rejected of who?
Of the elders.
Nah, everybody.
Of the elders.
Y'all rejected Christ.
Of the elders.
No, it didn't. He was rejected of the elders, right? Read.
And of the chief
He's
priests.
rejected of the chief priests. Read.
And scribes.
And scribes. Read.
And be killed.
And be what?
And be killed.
And be killed and what?
And after 3 days, rise again.
That's what Christ fulfilled. That's what he fulfilled, the scriptures and the prophecies that he had to fulfill in order for the prophet's words to be what? True, right? Make sure y'all have that, man. Shall all be fulfilled. He had to what? Be rejected of the scribes and the Pharisees, and he had to be killed. All that had to be fulfilled. Read on. Go back to Matthew 5 and 8 and 19. And it just don't make sense, man, because if you read 18 and you get anything else out of it, read verse, what does 19 say?
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Read on.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach man so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Your righteousness has to exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees. Right? They didn't do away with the whole law. They just instituted what? Traditions, right? They still kept the law, but they had traditions inside of it, right? Come on, man. We got to see this and try to put it together to make it make sense. That's what we don't do. Like I said, we don't consider or care about it. Jeremiah 11 and 18. We ain't got that much, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Told y'all I had a reason. I had a reason today.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 18.
Bring it out.
And the Lord had given me knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showedest me their doings.
He said, he gave me the vision, I know it, and he said, he shows me their doings. That's what we're doing with the scriptures. We are now showing the doings of what? Of the fourth beast of the Roman Empire, how they are what? Put their policies in place. Read.
But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter.
He said, but I was like a lamb or an ox that was brought to the slaughter. Read.
And I knew not that they had devised devices against me.
He said, I knew not. I'm going to tell y'all, but we get them, I ain't going to lie though, them lambs that we done got, well, they be in the spirit though, I ain't going to lie. They be in the spirit lambs. I'm telling you, that lamb, that we didn't slaughter one last year, but the years before, say, man, I'm being the spirit lambs, man. I'm talking about they know what's going on. So when we walk up in there, everybody, oh, no, It's like they look at their watch. It's Passover? Oh, no. You see these niggas? No, get away. They start running, don't they? They look at the spirit lamb. But Jeremiah said, I was like a lamb led to the slaughter because they don't know. He just taking a lamb with you. He don't know he's finna get slaughtered. He said he showed it to us, but that's how our people engage in this world today. They're like lambs going to the slaughter. They don't know that they finna get killed if they continue in these fallacies that they put up on us. They are like lamb going to the slaughter that did not know the devices that they got on us. Read that again. This is heavy precept 19.
Verse 19 from the top. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. And I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living.
See, that's what their devices are. To cut you off from the land of living. We can't go to the kingdom and you can't either. We're going to try to make sure that you don't either. Right? That's what they try to do. That's their devices, but we don't see it. We don't see that we are oxen led to being killed, to being slaughtered, staying in their fallacies. Read.
That his name may be no more remembered.
Read on.
But, O Lord of hosts, that judges righteously, that triedest the reins and the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I revealed my cause.
Well, we waiting on the Lord to show his vengeance back on those heathen that are what tried to put these tricks and play these mind games on us, man, right? Daniel 11:36. We winding it down.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will. And he shall exalt himself.
They should do what?
And he shall exalt himself.
Read.
And magnify himself above every god.
That's what this fourth beast did. He magnified himself above every other god. Remember, Daniel said that this fourth beast was going to be diverse from all the other beasts, right? Like we said, when you looked at the Greeks taking control of Mesopotamia and Syria, and those parts of civilization, the Romans took over Egypt. He said he wanted to reign, 2 realms, right? They wanted to have Egypt as well, too. So they exalted themselves above all gods to make them an empire. Read.
And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
They speak marvelous things against the God of gods. You see that? You see how the Bible speaks of, man? They know, man. This beast, this fourth beast, speaks marvelous things of the Most High God. Right? That is over all deities, man. Nothing but one God. Right? Read.
It shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished.
And they're going to prosper till what?
Till the indignation be accomplished.
It's till the time be accomplished, man. So what? We waiting it out, but while we playing the waiting game, what are we doing? Rehearsing these righteous acts, man. That's what we got to do. That's what they're doing. That's how we got to play this game. Read.
For that is determined shall be done.
For that is what?
For that is determined shall be done.
Because what is determined? That we shall have what? Salvation. And it's going to be done, right? You got something?
Yeah, real quick, Ox. What is their God is exalted above every God? I need Bruce to be really thinking about the scriptures that's coming out, not just reading these things and not knowing how to incorporate these things in modern day terms. What is the God that is above all gods today, Brother Noah? I mean, that's one of them, but not what I'm looking for. Say it again, say it one more time. That should be obvious to brothers. Everybody know who Sibo is. Little black boys and girls, if you hold up a picture, they gonna tell you that that's Jesus. They gonna say that thing, man. This is showing you how they have exalted their God above every god on the planet Earth. We're talking about Krishna. We're talking about Buddha. We're talking about all these other different gods that these other nations serve. Everybody in the world know who Sibo is. Everybody, man. So when brothers are reading these things, you need to be thinking about, hey, what is this talking about? Bring this up in today's time. Because think about it, you have to teach on these things. You can't just regurgitate what you hear captains and officers and soldiers see. That's when you have to start putting your understanding on those things, man. Go ahead, Op.
Big con on that, man. It's like I'm thinking about that show, Everybody Hates Chris, man. This is like, that show shows you, man, how everybody really hate Israel. Like, as much as we do, at the end of that show, it's always going to be something that Chris go with. Get hated on by, get in trouble with. That's us on a daily basis, man. Because they hate Israel, man. But it shows you, I'm telling you, a lot of these shows, man, they put it out there. You don't even think about what's going on, right?
I'm gonna tell you, man, that's some heavy stuff that I brought out. I was even watching the classes today. Think about it, man. They say we make up 13% of the population. But when people think about food stamps, what is the first nation that they think about?
Black.
Us.
But when you look up the statistics, all other races own more food stamps than we are.
That's right.
But that's the narrative that's played out there, you know, according to the curses. So that's a great point that I brought up, man.
Go to Revelation 2 and 26.
Yeah.
So it said, like we read in not Jeremiah, Daniel 11:36. It said till it be determined. It said we're gonna go through this till the time be determined, right? Revelation 2 and 26.
This book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh,
And he that overcometh and wait patiently on the Lord, and keeping the commandments, go ahead,
and keep it my works,
and keeping the commandments, those works, read,
until the end.
until the what?
Until the end.
Hey, it's not time for wavering. This is not the time. That's why my class on Tuesday is called Too Legit to Quit. I remind myself of that daily, man. Because we too legit. We've been doing this too long, man. To give up now and quit. We have to what? Go into the end, read.
To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter. Shall they be broken to shivers?
Shall they be what?
Broken to shivers.
Say, into the end. Look at this right quick, y'all. I pulled it up, man. The top races and percentage of receiving assistance. Free use, fair use, whatever use, we using it. I want to see them top.
Yeah, see that.
Asians,
That's lowest.
Edomites.
Lowest.
And Japites.
Oh, that's what they say? I can see that being the Lord too. Let's see if they try to swindle us. Yeah, you right there. Top nations using food stamps. Now, not at Starbucks. Come on, man. You know who gonna be at Starbucks using it. Caramel macchiato. Cultural dependency. I don't know, man. Keep looking out. Just seeing who it was.
Shoot, them first three is all we need to see. Shoot.
They tried to say that was the Lord. That's a lie. Esau up there, boy. I didn't know that too, man. I'm talking about recently. I just figured that out, man.
The whole state of Kentucky on food stamps.
People talking about they farmers. Now they gotta go to government assistance.
They killing
They ain't want
themselves.
to give assistance to the black farmers, which make up less than 1%.
Right. We make up less than 1% of farmers, man. the Lord set up in the land for us now?
The law.
What is that standard?
How holy that is, keeping the Sabbath,
Bringing it to us in time. What is that standard that he set up for us?
the law. The Bible.
The what?
The Bible.
The Bible. Now it's here for us. The Lord set the standard. It's right here. The standard in the land is the Bible. Blow the trumpet among the nations. Now it's time to use that standard, the Bible, and give our people freedom.
Prepare the nations against her.
And we are trying to now prepare our people for what's about to come. Right? For them to have everlasting salvation. Read.
Called together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, Midi, and Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her. Cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars.
So we are now trying to appoint the Bible back into the land, man. This is how we would sound that trumpet for our people, using that standard, the Bible. Jump down to verse 33.
Verse 33, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her.
It is like the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to what?
To thresh her.
It's time to what, Israel?
To thresh her.
It's time to thresh her, man. How we thresh her? By what? Knocking down her policies. By what? Deuteronomy 12, 1, 2, and 3, right? By not doing the customs that they do. That's how we thresh her. It is time. Read 33 again.
Verse 33 from the top. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon.
Now America,
the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor.
It's like a threshing floor. Read.
It is time to thresh her.
It's time to knock her off, man. It's time to knock her down, man. Get out of here. Read.
Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
And the time of her harvest shall come. It's that time, Israel. We got to continue in that, right? We always talk about what the Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, a time and a season. This is the season to knock off those policies and fallacies that they have put upon our people, man. It's time to do that right now. Go to 2 Edges 16 to 36.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 36.
Bring it out.
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it.
The what?
The Lord of the word, receive it.
The word of the Lord.
Oh, it's like it. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it.
That's that standard. Receive it. Read.
Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake of will come, man. Right? Read.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
These plagues are nigh and they are not slacking, man. It is coming. You see the times, man. We see what's going on in these times, man. They not slack. Right? Jacob's trouble is on the horizon, man. Read.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Great pains are going to compass this country, man, this world, man, this kingdom, this empire. Great pains are coming to this empire, man. That's what we always say. America destruction, right? They be like, what are y'all talking about? Great pains are coming, man. Go ahead.
Guess what? What are those great pains going into? Think about it, man. Bring it up to today. What's finna go down? I need brothers to be on this type of stuff, man. More specific.
Economic.
Famine with food.
Martial law. What's about to happen in November? We've been talking about it.
Cutting out
And they take people on stamps. And government assistance, man. Like it's literally finna start happening. So we starting to see the effects for those non-believers that are in Israel, man, and outside Israel, man. That's how you put the pieces of the puzzle together.
That's right.
When the Bible, the Most High God gives us overall, but once we watch and we pray in the world, now we can see the specific details on how he's doing that. He's taking them off SNAP, taking them off government assistance. He's bringing in martial law, and we've been seeing that time and time. He's only doing it to what? Black inhabited cities. So we have to start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like this is on the horizon, man. Go ahead, Al.
All praises. Finish it out. Read 38.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Them great pains like Cap just brought up. Read.
Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
And they coming and they not go slack. Read on.
Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon this earth. Read.
And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
I'm going to tell you, the world is going to mourn, man. When they see a Babylon fall, the great fall, the world is going to be in mourning, man. Right? Although they know they're doing it to themselves, the height of this kingdom is going to be the greatest fall ever, man. They're going to mourn for America, man. Read.
Verse 40, O my people, hear my word.
Do what?
O my people, hear my word.
Read on.
Make you ready to the battle.
Make yourselves ready for the battle. Equip yourself with the scriptures. Equip yourself with the laws, statutes, and commandments, with the righteous rehearsals, man. Make yourself ready for the battle that's about to occur, man. For the hard times, like I said, man. These plagues that are coming upon us. Read.
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And guess what? We know this ain't our homeland. Pilgrims, be ready to move, man. Be ready to get up out of here. Hey, we next on to the next one, right? Give me this last precept, man, before we get the law. 2 Edges 11 and 43. Let's go back to 2 Edges 11. We didn't finish it out. I want to finish it out now. Start at verse 43.
This is book of 2 Ezra, chapter 11, and verse 43.
What, do y'all remember what we talked about in 2 Edges 11? 38 down. What was we talking about? Rome, right? That fourth beast. That beast that what? That afflicted the meek, that destroyed us. Right? Read verse 43.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 11, and verse 43. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty.
So don't think that the Lord is asleep, right? Because their pride is coming up to the highest and they're wrongful doing. Right? Read on.
The highest also had looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended.
We're looking for all praises. Read.
And his abominations are fulfilled.
Read on.
And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers.
Read on.
Nor thy malicious heads.
Nor their malicious heads, nor the eagle, right? You know, no more of these nations, man, coming together, continuing to destroy us, man. Right? Their hurtful wings, man. Nor thy wicked feathers. Read.
Nor thy malicious heads.
Read on.
Nor thy hurtful claws.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man, them claws, they hurt us, man. All these nations being put up and set up above us, it said no more of that. Read.
Nor all thy vain body. That all the earth may be refreshed.
Read that again.
That all the earth may be refreshed.
Because when the righteous come into rulership, the people are going to rejoice. Right? It says that all the earth may be refreshed. Read.
And may return, being delivered from thy violence.
From thy what?
From thy violence.
Read.
And that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.
And we are hoping for that judgment, man. Ain't that mercy, man? We are praying that the Lord sends Christ back to what? Do his duty, man. Do the do, right? With that, we say shalom. All praise to the Most High God for this blessing, for this class today, for this great Shabbat, this great Shabbat class. We pray brothers and sisters got edified today, had some understanding, were able to get precepts, writing them down, adding them to their repertoire collection. Pray that we retain these precepts in our heads, right? We always say keep the laws of the Most High God, so we always want to end class with a law. Let's go back to that Deuteronomy like I talked about, chapter 12. Yes, 12 and 1. That will be your law for today.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the statutes and judgments, which ye shall observe to do in the land, which the Lord God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth.
Right?
Ye shall utterly destroy all the places.
We shall utterly destroy all the places. Read.
Wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree.
He said we shall utterly destroy upon the high mountains, right? Upon the hills and every green tree. Read.
And ye shall overthrow their altars.
We shall do what?
And ye shall overthrow their altars.
And read.
And break their pillars. And burn their groves with fire.
Burn their groves with fire. Read.
And ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods.
Hew down these graven images, man. Right? Read on.
And destroy the names of them out of that place.
Read on.
Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God.
Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God. That is a commandment for today's class. With that, say shalom.
Hey, that's a heavy law, bro.